kid in the house.
Ocean, I need you real. I can't go be with the drop. The way they hijack time. I stayed clear, I stayed present. You cross a different line. It's not that I couldn't love you. I just wanted and drowned. I can't compete with the drugs, and I won't learn how. This isn't blame. This isn't shame. It's just the space that stays the same. I won't know myself to feel chosen. I won't.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't know if we finished gossiping last night.
Yeah. Did you fall asleep?
No, I had to walk my dog, sorry.
I don't know. I think we finished gossiping.
Oh, wow.
I think there's probably more to come. But
More to come.
yeah.
How did it become such a big deal? Was it because Messi got involved?
Well, it's just Princess Mao. I mean, it's
I was there that night and it was fine.
Really?
I think, yeah, everything was going fine. And then Messi joined and she thought you guys were ganging up on her. I think that's where, the misunderstanding started.
Yeah.
So it was not
But
that
she's the type
big of
that
a
runs
deal.
around and I don't
Yeah.
know, tests liberals to make sure they're liberal enough and argues with them about it. So
So
But
I
that-
will say from my point of view that CS or Mayo did say what CS says she said. I won't even say accused, but Mayo did say, millennials gave us Andrew Tate, and not in the sense that he's a millennial.
he is a millennial, but there's a demand.
But not in that sense though. That's not how she meant it. Does that make sense?
Who? CS or Mayo?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think it is how she meant it. She came in attacking
No.
millennials, which
No,
I'm
no, no,
fine
no,
with because millennials whine too much anyway. But
No. So the argument was that I think it's the culture of millennials and millennials voted for Trump, was it? I can't remember, but no. Millennials were the ones that made Andrew Tate as big as he was.
no,
Yes, that's when CS pulled up the stats.
millennials did not consume Andrew Tate. It was
Yes,
Gen Z that
that's the
consumed.
stats. Exactly, that's the stats CS pulled up that proved, disproved Mayo's claims,
Okay,
and that's the whole argument. But Mayo walked
no,
it back.
she's trying to blame millennials for the reason that Trump is in office.
Yes,
And
I know.
that was a ridiculous statement.
Yes.
So that was
She
what the
also-
argument is about.
No. Well, yes, but Messi came in when CS pulled up the stats that showed, millennial or Gen Zs consumed Andrew Tate at a higher number.
I don't know what you're trying to do. She blamed millennials. That was an argument.
She blamed millennials for giving us Andrew Tate, people like Andrew Tate.
She blamed millennials for Trump being elected. I want to be clear about that.
Well, I don't know about that, but
That's what she did.
She blamed millennials for giving us people like Andrew Tate, like right pillars. Or red pillars.
That was part of it, sure, but she blamed millennials for giving us Donald Trump. That's the whole point.
Mojo, the whole thing blew up because Messi came in at a point when CS pulled up the stats that showed
you said
it was Gen Zs, yes, and Messi thought you guys were ganging up on Mayo.
I'm going to be perfectly clear here. Messi thought we were attacking a black woman.
Yes,
that's what it was.
No, she thought you guys were attacking Mayo. She knows that you guys aren't attacking quote unquote black people.
Okay, you should ask her.
No, I don't think she thinks you guys are racist. Okay.
I don't think that she thinks we're racist either.
So you guys aren't attacking black people. You guys were ganging up on Mayo, and Mayo walked back what she said about that whole Andrew Tate thing.
Are
you tracking?
I am tracking. I think you're missing.
No, I'm not. Here. I was there the entire time.
Yeah, there you go, Sammy. Messi did say she literally said she was going to white knight for Mayo.
No, Sammy, when she said that, she was being sarcastic.
No, she was not.
She was.
No, she was not. Look, I don't think Messi did anything wrong. I'm not upset with Messi at all in any way, shape, or form. I don't think she did anything wrong. I think she was justified in doing what she did. It doesn't bother me at all. But I think she thought we were attacking a black woman. That's why she came in the way she did.
Okay.
And I think Mayo was insinuating that we were attacking her because of her skin color.
Yes.
Okay. That's where it's at. I think everything will be fine. I don't think this is that big of a deal. Okay.
I agree.
All right.
I think it was dumb.
I think it was dumb too. But I think it'll probably continue. It could have ended that night too, but Mayo Nope went on another panel the following night and sat there for 4 hours complaining about all of us. So that kept it going, and then they did it again last night too. So I don't know how long they'll choose to continue doing this, but it would be up to them, I suppose. I'd rather not talk about this at all. So.
All right. I was just sharing my POV, which is usually very neutral and objective.
Yeah, really? How do you feel about China?
Objectively, they haven't done anything to anyone.
Yeah. I don't think you're neutral at all, but that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being biased. Oh,
no, I'm not, Mojo. I loved the U.S. until I realized that we are the bad guys. Who are you?
Wait, China's good guy, right? And USA
I never said China was the good guy. I said the U.S. was the bad guy.
Right.
If you haven't run into my guy's going to come up here. Why is it still doing this? My guy's going to come up here and he's going to crash out in 5 minutes and drop. So
you got more problems than me. You got people accusing you of being a racist and shit. You got more problems than me.
I don't have problems. I got no problems, man. I'm good.
I mean, you act like I'm a problem. Like I said, I avoided you for 4 days, 5 days, 6 days. All right?
I don't act like you're a problem, my guy. I don't care. I think you're like morning comedy relief.
Well, I think you're upset because I'm confident. Now, you can be
confidently wrong.
Whatever you believe in, like your socialist ideas, like be confident. Like, I'm not upset about that.
You don't think I'm confident?
Now, if you think I'm going to rage quit or I'm going to blah, 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 I mean, that's projection.
You do it every day. What are you talking about? You do it every day.
Well, I come to talk to you. You project to your crowd. I'm not projecting to anyone. I'm just talking to you. Now, if you want to project false equivalency to your crowd, that's what you do. But then you're going to run into people like what's her name, Demi or Messi, and You're going to have your own.
Wait, Messi is one of my best friends.
Right?
She is awesome. I have been talking to her for more than a year.
Right?
What?
This is what people like you are worrying about, while people like me are actually living our lives. Now, I might waste my time and come in here and talk to you, but it's my own free will. And then I come in here and
are you sure? I think
somebody's
somebody's
like
got a match
wasting
your back.
your life, Mojo. That's
Wasting my life?
Yeah, because I come in here and I hear you talking about Messi saying, "Oh, somebody thinks I'm black and I'm this." No, that's your socialist idea. Yeah, good luck.
Are you done?
Don't mute him.
I didn't mute him.
And then some anti-American ling.
Whoa, there it is.
No, it's fine, it's
that
fine.
She doesn't like America. I don't like what America's doing. Bitch, it's still America. Right?
What? Did you
Are
call
you
me
sure
a bitch?
it's fine?
Right?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to whine and complain like China does.
Okay.
No, bring him back up.
Why?
Because I want to go at him.
I'm here now. You can go at me.
Donovan, no, you're not fun.
You think this guy is fun? Did you hear him?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right. I think he's funny. I do think he's comic relief, but
No, he's not funny.
But he can't say that shit.
It's fine.
Wait,
I'm not
Mojo,
offended.
you find misogyny funny?
No.
He said it's
That's why I
not
dropped
funny.
him. I said he is comedy relief most of the time. Most of the time he just attacks me. I think that was gross. That's why I dropped him.
Come on, I wasn't offended.
Well, what if somebody else was?
All right, my God.
I said being a BITC, that's against the rules? Your rules?
Yeah, that's generally against the rules. Try and keep it professional, not personal.
Yeah, but yet Messi's called me a dumb fucktard.
I'm
and
sorry.
yet she's
I mean,
allowed
was
to
she
do that.
wrong?
Oh, that's right.
Was she
That's
wrong?
your socialist idea.
Was he wrong?
Only one person can socialize, the other one gets ridiculed.
Wait, Messi's here to talk to you.
Right,
I'm
and
sorry.
she's allowed to call
Eat 'em
me
up,
black.
Why are
Messi.
you
That's
so
right.
loud?
$5, ling, $5.
What the
wow.
fuck? You
Wait,
can't
wait,
do
hold on,
that
hold on.
shit.
Yeah, and
My
you're
God.
upset
Fuck.
that I called
No,
you
no.
God,
whatever I
stop
did.
dropping him.
Bless his heart.
No, I'm not allowing that. That's just too much.
Oh,
That's too much.
Yeah, especially
Now we got-
because
Go ahead.
Mojo has gotten, especially here lately, Mojo has gotten the quote unquote reputation of handling these people, and apparently it's bad.
Oh, I don't care. I don't care about that either. But no, generally I don't know. I dropped him because of misogyny, and then I had to drop him because of racism. So it's good enough.
You want to try a third time for bigotry?
I'm sure you could find something else to be a piece of shit about.
it's
So-
fine.
Good morning,
Messi, I
all.
heard you're deconstructing your racism. Mojo was talking about it this morning. I'm proud of you.
Do what? Who are you talking to?
You. Yeah.
Oh. Don't be silly. Don't lie. You'd never be proud of me. I'm a girl.
I am. I heard you're deconstructing, and Mojo and you have some sort of conflict you got to work out. So I'm here for it with my.
We have no conflict. I said Messi's awesome. She's one of my best friends. What are you talking about?
Yeah, somebody could still be awesome. There still could be tension, right?
Sure.
Like, there could be
But
like
there's
sexual
not.
tension, but
Are you
somebody's
serious?
awesome.
Are you serious?
Wow.
No, I'm just using that as an example.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying there could be tension.
I don't know. Maybe that's something you deal with. That's not something that we're talking about, though.
No, I was just using. I mean, I can use another tension example if you'd like.
Could ya?
Sure. Political tension.
Messi
If
and I
that
agree
would
on
make you guys feel.
Messi and I agree on almost everything. What are you talking about?
We don't agree well on SSRs being over the counter.
I do. Hold on. I don't think they should be over the counter unless we're going to go ahead and legalize all drugs. But that was part of the argument I was making, is that we should legalize all drugs.
I know it was.
And
I
the
know
other
that's
part of
what
the
it
argument was that I think we need to destigmatize SSRIs because conservatives use that as a rationale for a lot of different things, and so I think we shouldn't be stigmatizing them.
Yeah, something. I've been told that I need therapy a lot, and I've had a lot of therapy. And something that I've heard and I've learned is that a lot of therapists have said that the people who say other people need therapy, or don't, what is it? How does it go? The people who really need therapy don't go, but their victims do.
Yes.
Something like that. I could have fucked that up. 3 ways for Sunday. True. But, yeah.
I think as a therapist, I think everybody needs therapy.
Everybody does. Everybody. We're all fucking crazy, and we're getting worse by the day. Worser and worser by the fucking day.
I think if you abolish capitalism and material conditions improve, people wouldn't even need therapy. Therapy is just a profit driven on people's emotions, and if you think about it, it never really solves anything. You have to keep going, and they keep bringing up your past.
That's not true. Huh? Have you been to therapy?
Yeah, why?
Okay. Well, I guess it's different for everyone.
Yeah, I've been to therapy under this capitalist structure, Messy. It's all for profit.
Okay. I got a discount.
Wouldn't just not have a profit motive?
Seriously, Betty gave me a discount
that was wild.
Because my insurance through the ACA, once I got divorced and wasn't on Blue Cross Blue Shield anymore, didn't cover it. So I paid out of pocket, and she only charged me $80.
Do you have like a punch card too? Do you have a punch card too?
That's for my abortions.
My insurance doesn't cover my therapy, and I'm a therapist.
Oh, Jesus.
Galt, maybe you haven't found the right therapist. It took me a long time to find the right therapist. I'll be honest about that. But I love my therapist. I also have really good insurance, but she doesn't take insurance. I find now more and more in this area anyway, no one takes insurance because it's just like, if you do, you most likely work for a clinic or something like that, and you don't get paid well at all.
Right.
No, I'm saying
and I think that's something that, never mind, I don't even care.
Go ahead, Messy. I'm sorry.
I don't care. I don't care.
No, I cut you off.
I don't even know what I was going to say. Besides, I don't care right now.
Donovan informed us the other day that his therapy is a mani-pedi.
Self-care is important.
Yeah, all men should get manicures and pedicures. Do you disagree, Mojo?
Yeah, you do you. I'll cut my fingernails and nobody's touching my feet.
What?
Stop trying to put that lifestyle on us, God.
Wait, what's wrong with?
Quit trying to push good hygiene on Mojo, Dr. Ball. Okay, stop.
That's terrible.
Get out of it. You're delusional. Leave him alone.
Listen, under your structure, Mojo, pedicures would be free, so everybody could just get them.
No, I don't think pedicures are healthcare.
What?
I don't think
self-care is healthcare.
I don't think pedicures are healthcare.
Jesus
that would fall under
Jesus did. Jesus cleaned people's feet. He thought it was important.
Not religious.
Wait, maintaining cleanly feet can't lead to health conditions?
Actually,
I'm not sure, but you could do that without paying somebody to have it done to you.
Actually, maybe you're wrong about that one because most diabetics actually can get paid for a pedicure per month to help with their diabetic neuropathy.
Neuropathy sucks. I heard.
People can perform self-ABs. Does that mean it's not healthcare then, Mojo?
That's why I keep a wire coat hanger in my closet, considering this administration that y'all voted for.
That's not shocking. Mojo, can you deal with the problem? Is AB then not healthcare if I could just do it myself?
I'm going to disagree that you can do it yourself.
I don't know, Messy, I guess there's some tension here. Messy, do you want to take this debate for me? You said you had a coat hanger.
I do. I keep one wire one handy at all times.
Mojo, you have a response to that?
No wire hangers.
It's all wire hangers until no wire hangers.
Okay, so nobody gets the reference. That's way too old of a reference, I guess.
He's dodging, Messy. He's dodging.
I don't even know what you're asking him.
Yeah, I think so. He said that because you can cut your own toenails, it's not healthcare. So I said you can perform your own ABs, therefore it's not healthcare.
I said you
agreed.
can. I said you can't perform your own AB.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's tension between you and Mojo. So like, let's.
No, I'm just telling you your statement was incorrect.
Well, Messi said you're wrong, not me.
No. You said you can perform your own AB. I said you can't.
And Messi said I was right. So Messi, you want to take this debate?
Well, then the tension's between
I don't
you
do
guys.
anything for you, Galt. I'm not your mama.
Oh. My mom wouldn't do it either. Maybe that's why I have issues.
Well, probably because she also didn't like you.
You're right. Anyway, so Messi said you can do it with a hanger. Mojo, do you disagree?
I do.
I think history's also shown we could too.
No, it does take a doctor's visit, at the very least, visit to a clinic or a hospital in order to make sure that everything is sanitary and clean up. So even if something like that happened, even if you would do something like that because of the scenario, because you happen to live in, I don't know, some Christian wasteland, then yeah, you're probably still going to need to see a doctor afterwards to make sure that you stay alive.
So what if I cut my toenails wrong and I get an ingrown nail? Like, shouldn't I have a cleanly expert doing it?
Yeah.
No, you can do it yourself.
Well, if you have an injury, if you have an injury, you can go see a doctor. This is not a pedicure, though.
Well, if you have an injury during your AB, can't you just go see a doctor?
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Right. So how is this any different?
Because I'm saying that healthcare should be free and abortion is healthcare. I'm saying healthcare should be free and a pedicure is not healthcare.
Yeah, pedicures aren't free. They're $50.
Yeah, they should be free. They ought to be free, along with the massage.
You ought to not be an idiot, but here we are, so I don't know what to tell you.
In certain circumstances, massage would absolutely be healthcare.
Wait, Messi, you were on my side. Why are you calling me?
I'm not. I've never been on your side, Dr. Bald. I can't think of one thing that we've ever agreed on.
We just
not
did.
Fucking one, other than sound money's funny.
Sound money's funny.
Okay, so it sounds like there's some tension here. Maybe it goes back to the sexual, but yeah, that's fine. We can.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I really would like to know what the fuck is wrong with you. What the fuck is wrong with a lot of y'all? Because if you were asking me, would you like to know in general or like right this second? Because there is something wrong with a lot of you people.
You brought up coat hangers. I didn't do that.
That's gross.
You're asking me what's wrong? I'm advocating for free pedicures. You're promoting hangers.
Yeah.
Why would I have
pedicures should be subsidized by the state, actually. I mean, it doesn't even make sense that it wouldn't be if we're expanding healthcare.
I think that people that speak in a monotone voice should get free lobotomy.
Speech therapy?
Well, what happens like if you speak in a really zesty voice like you do?
A zesty.
That's kind of normal.
A zest burger. Okay.
Nice to listen to. The monotone voice. I'd rather have somebody have a lobotomy.
I think aposematism should be covered.
I don't know what that is.
Y'all should really look into that. Especially my cousins on the blue team.
Mojo, you got a really unique voice. You're like zesty without the lisp. I don't know how you do it.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
So Mojo, do you think the person advocating for hangers is more crazy or the person who's advocating for free pedicures?
I think you're crazy.
I think you're dodging the question. Can you please deal with it?
No, I said who I thought was crazy.
You think I'm crazy?
A little bit.
That's probably right.
We're all a little crazy, though, aren't we?
A little bit. I don't.
If you read through the DSM-5, everybody's got at least one paragraph. Some of us have like pages and pages. Other people have chapters, but everybody's got at least a paragraph.
That's what I was going to say, that you say that, and I think it's hilarious because it's so true. But also, Pallet called you Mojo Zestin in the comments, and I particularly enjoyed that.
CS, do you think we should make fun of people if there's something about them that they can't change?
No.
Do you think we should hold people accountable when they do that?
Whether they can change it or not, I don't think it's right to make fun of anyone in general. So I don't know.
Yeah, comedy's okay. It's not a big deal.
Wait, hold on. I'm going somewhere. So do you think we should hold people accountable who do this?
I know where you're going with it, Galt. I knew where you're going with it from the second you started the sentence. And listen, hey, they fucking razz each other all the time. They get into arguments. It is what it is. Please don't victimhood. Don't make it a victimhood thing.
I'm just asking you a question. If you want to dodge, just go ahead and say so.
I don't know why you want to ask this question.
Because I'm curious of your opinion. I hold your opinion in high value. So I think you're a smart person.
Well,
that's nice.
I think again.
Yeah.
But what do you want me to answer?
Yeah, do you think we should like hold people accountable when they make fun of things about people that they can't change?
Depends on the situation.
Yeah, so like let's say I did it to you and then like the chat started doing it and then you like feel horrible about yourself. Like should people hold me accountable for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry, but don't you hear me hold people accountable all the time for calling people names?
I do, that's what I was asking you.
Okay.
Well, I think we ought to hold the initiator of the conflict, accountable.
And I also think when two people usually have a certain type of banter, no, I'm not going to hold anyone accountable because that's just how they interact.
Certain type of banter.
Are you guys saying that? Are you guys saying that Chud the Builder is? Are you saying that Chud the Builder is guilty right now? Is that what you guys are saying?
I don't know who Chud
guilty of what? Guilty of what? CS is saying there was
of saying bad things.
I'm saying
to
the
people.
Initiator of conflict.
Yeah, that would be Chud the Builder.
Who's Chud the Builder?
Okay.
You're saying Chud the Builder is guilty and should be in jail?
Who is
guilty? Who said guilty and in jail? What the fuck?
Well, it's his fault and it's bad.
Who's Chud the Builder?
Mojo, they just want him to say, Easy just wants him to say he's sorry. And then
accountability is different from jail and
just say,
guilty.
You just need to say, I'm sorry that I was walking around calling people awful names and trying to start shit. And then shit got started and I'm sorry, but I'm going to go continue doing this now because that's it. I'm sorry.
Nobody even said that. Who's Chud the Builder?
Is? Bro, do you even politic? What the fuck?
What is
Chud? It's been in the news for like 4 days.
Yeah.
It's been the top of the feeds for 4 days. How do you not know who Chud the Builder is?
I just haven't paid attention. Who's Chud the Builder?
I didn't know who he was until last week.
Okay, quick synopsis. You might want to wait. Hold on. You might want to go look this up, Galt. But quick synopsis. He's a white guy who got fired from his job, was pissed off, decided he wanted to become a streamer, so he walked around in Kentucky, right? No, Tennessee. Tennessee was
Nashville, but he was in Clarksville. I think in this.
All right. That's relevant. I mean, I just wanted to kind of name the state. Anyway, he was saying the N-word to every person he saw and just streaming it to show that everybody how funny it was or whatever. And he was getting a bunch of views for doing that. And then somebody decided to punch him or attack him in some way, shape, or form. And he carried a gun on him and he shot the person.
Wait a second.
Now he's in jail.
What does that have to do with what I said?
It was about saying mean things to people.
Yeah, there you go.
But I said hold accountable doesn't mean you should violently hit somebody. Did I advocate for CS to hit you for making fun of
but he was being mean to somebody.
Mojo like straw mans.
He was being mean to somebody. Wait, hold on. I'm saying you said that we should hold him accountable. So he's being mean to somebody. He ends up shooting him in that process. So he should be in jail, and you agree that he should be in jail. That's awesome.
Wait, you didn't even ask me what I believed. You just told me.
No, but I'm just basing it on your.
That.
Sorry, go ahead.
Have you had your face in the pillow crying about Thomas Massey for the last 4 days? Is that why you don't know about Chud the Builder?
No, I had your wife's face in the pillow as I was banging her watching.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, Galt.
I feel some
yes, I'm leaving that up to you.
See, okay, hang on. Time out, please. This is a projection that I'm talking about that comes from some individuals. Project things onto people.
No, don't worry. I use the coat hanger. I use the coat hanger. He won't have a new son. Then he'll think it's his.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I can't talk like you, Messy. This is what you do.
No, I told you that your mother should have had more of an oral fixation at the time of your conception to hurt your little boy feeling, which it seems to do because now I don't know why I trigger you so much. But
no, I'm just acting like you. I'm acting like you.
Holy gas!
Awesome.
Yeah, you said I was crazy.
I've said some stupid shit. I've said some gross shit.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gross.
Is there a liberal that's willing to drop down? And do you have a
Well, I'm gonna say John Galt's on his last leg right now too. So you continue that fucking bullshit about somebody's wife or something. Yeah. That's not acceptable.
Oh, that was friendly banter. I was just
No,
kidding.
it's not.
I'll drop yes.
Thanks,
Oh,
Lingman.
okay.
Get back in request. I'll bring you back up
Oh,
next.
come on. You guys crap on my wife all the time.
Right.
Hold
I
on,
don't
Easy. I do
know.
want to ask you a question, though.
You do?
I've
I
only
didn't even know
Literally
you were married. What the
I've
fuck are you
said
talking?
one thing about
Who the
your
fuck?
wife.
Who
That's
the
a lie,
fuck would?
I
Mojo.
know.
Who the fuck
I
would
didn't
marry
know you were
you?
married. Actually, I did know you were
Oh,
married,
this
but
is such a
I don't-
lie.
No one brings up
You
your
posted
wife.
a
look
picture
at-
in Discord one day without your shirt
Right.
on. Or, no. Oh, I'm just saying, I did say something about his wife. I told him to tell his wife I said hi one day because he said he missed me.
I didn't even know
So
you
tell
were
your wife-
married. I can't believe
tell your
somebody
wife I
would
said
marry
hi.
you. That's crazy.
Can't some
He's from
believe
Canada.
like you're still married, Mojo?
Well, I don't think
Been
it's
married
Can I ask?
for so
Can I
long.
ask Easy? Can I ask Easy a quick question? Easy, do you get offended when people talk about your voice?
What?
Do you get offended when people?
Do I get
talk
offended?
about- yeah,
I mean,
because I
why
think,
would I get
I
offended?
think, okay, because if it doesn't bother you, then that's okay. I just wanted to make sure because I would make sure that we were sensitive to that if it offends you.
Oh, fuck? No, I'm not sensitive. Now, if other people, right, see that and then they start doing that, then I guess it's just promoting bad behavior. That's probably what Galt was saying. If you guys are okay with that, then that's a you thing. I don't really give a shit. You know, comedy is cool with me. You guys can do that. You guys can lie and fake that you didn't know that I had a wife. That's also bullshit. Like,
No, I knew you had a wife. I knew you did because one day you had to wash the car for her or something like that way back.
Somebody's trying to
Whatever.
turn you into a transformer
Well, the only reason I did what I
Thank
just
you,
did is
whoever that
because you
was.
guys have been
or a
promoting
robot
this
or
behavior.
something.
Thank you, Cash. Oh, speaking
Make
of Cash,
hypocrisy
my
great
Cash
again.
app is in my bio if anybody feels inclined. Thank you.
Show your feet. Show your feet.
I need a pedicure.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
that's healthcare, Messi.
I need one, but
It would be healthcare, right?
it would be.
It helps
think
the
Galt-
mind. It helps the physical.
I think Galt reacted that way because I hit the target.
Cash, let me figure it out.
Yeah, way to
I
be
think-
an Israel simp, Brendan
I think-
or Donovan. W. Donovan, Israel
Jeez.
simping. Love it.
I think you're right, by the way, Brendan. You're absolutely correct.
What?
Rabbit, I'm sorry. I gotta drop you down just for a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Get
I
back.
love those things.
Get back.
Rabi.
The car dealer.
I just don't understand.
things.
I don't understand. Like, is there
Thank
tiers to what people can say? I feel like there's just so much hypocrisy when it comes to taking shots at people that, oh, you took it at me. I'm sensitive to it. You can't do it, but I'll turn around and do it right back to you and then say it's okay. Like, is there tiers to what people can and cannot say when it comes to taking shots at them?
Just to
I
be
guess it
clear,
depends. It is Mojo's panel. This would be like
Wait,
private property.
wait.
in
Can
certain
can you
cases.
imagine some things that are over the line or off limits, like maybe family?
I just want to know what it is. I just want to know what that tier is.
I guess.
I mean,
it's
I hear
gonna
people.
be-
I hear people on your panel who say, "Oh, he was leaning to the left last time I checked
That was
on him,"
me.
and that's okay.
That
No,
was
I
me.
know.
Yeah, but
I'm not.
wait, that's
I'm
for
not
a
making
public.
names.
Wait, hold on. That's for a public figure, though. I mean, we're talking about individual people here that are talking about individual personal lives. That's a different
So they don't have
thing
that person
altogether.
didn't have an individual personal life just because they were a political figure.
I don't know if they do or not, but this is a political figure. This was the argument that was made in Supreme Court with Larry Flint. So the political figures are fair game.
Oh, okay.
And-
So then I would say that somebody being on a panel or somebody going on TikTok Live is fair game, just the same.
Yeah,
they're exposing their political
I would
beliefs.
say, Steve, I would
And
say,
Missy, I'm not saying anything is wrong what you said. I want to make this very clear.
No,
You
I
can say whatever the
understand.
fuck you want. I'm not
I
taking
understand
shots
that.
at you in any capacity.
I understand
just
that.
trying
My
to
thing
gauge.
is, if you can't take the heat, then get your fucking ass out of the kitchen.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's
I
a-
agree
that's
with
a
you.
good
I
point.
agree with you 1,000%, Messy. 100% agree with you.
And
I'm so sorry.
you'd be
Could you
surprised how much I stay in the fucking kitchen. I like it hot.
Wait.
Alright.
I'm so sorry, Messy. I really. I don't mean to interrupt.
Well, I don't know about that one.
Mojo, do you have cash on your side?
No, I'm broke.
Stop it.
Well, actually, can we have this
All right.
debate?
If
Because
you
I think
do, Sammy, I'm so sorry. If you could get in requests, I am so sorry. But we just, this is going to cycle really quickly. I can already tell. So please get in requests and come right back.
can we have this debate though? Because I think CS disagrees with this position that Messi and Dave took.
What's the position? Sorry,
Yeah,
I was
the-
focused on trying to balance out the panel.
Yeah,
And is he objecting to Messi or Matty? Which one?
Damn.
what did you
All right,
say,
wait,
Brendan?
go ahead.
What?
Go,
Messi
I
or
wanna
who?
jump.
Mathy.
He's just
Oh,
continuing
I-
to sim for Israel. That's all.
I thought he said hit the target again. I thought he was bringing up my prior example, which I did hit the target, by the way, Brandon. No, the fact of like this whole like insulting people, is there a line? CS, you think there is a line? Messi and Deef, I think you don't think there is.
No, I think there's definitely consequences for what you say. And see, the thing is, I'm very self-aware, and I know the consequences, and I know when I say stupid shit that maybe offensive or maybe kind of crass, but I don't give a fuck.
Which I can contest that too, by the way.
Yeah, hey,
I find it, I don't know. For me, it's harder. There's times like I think I have two extremes. Either I am very kind, or if I'm triggered, sometimes I can be very sharp. So it's not a good balance. So I'm probably not the one to ask. But I would like in my, like if I go to bed at the end of the night, and like I can close my eyes and know that I've treated people well, then I feel good about that. But we're human, and I get a lot of shit on the fucking internet. So when I get triggered, I probably don't react well.
Well, I've told you a million times that like sometimes you do definitely take things too seriously when people will come at you, and then you like, and I'm genuinely not saying this in a shitty way, but you definitely are very good at, people come after you because they know you're going to react to it. You're very good at reacting. Yeah. So you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And that sucks.
Wait, so why do they?
I'm working on it with my therapist.
Well, why do they come after me then?
I mean, you react. I would say you react as well.
You think so?
But you have conversation. I mean, look, everybody has their tendencies to react in different ways. It could be more of a political, logical reaction. It could be more of an emotional one. So I think people know how to hit pain points and focus on them to get a reaction. There's just different ways that people react.
That's true. Some of us twerk it off. Others just, move on.
I love twerking. That's fine. But see, here's the thing: I don't react because this is fucking TikTok, and people are going to talk shit about me because I suck. At the end of the day, that's fine.
I agree with that.
I try my best to not take anything home, because as soon as I log off this app, it is back to real life. Who gives a fuck?
Back to life.
Yeah, and I always think too, like, I mean, if it gets to a point where it's too much, like, I can delete the app and this never existed, and that's fine. But I have met a lot of people on here who have become really great friends to me and great supports in my life. I know it's all considered parasocial, but actually it's transcended that for me. So, and I've met some people in person, and I've had, I've had good experiences. So the good outweighs the bad. But yes, I absolutely do get triggered, and people know that. And so then I do pop off. But it is because I literally try to do my best to be kind. And then I'm like, oh, well, fuck this. And I go to the extreme opposite. And again, I'm working on that with my therapist, because, it's a pendulum, and you just want the pendulum to stay in the middle. So I think I can find balance there.
So, Dr. Gelt, how do you feel about Massey getting primaried?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. I think that the people that are behind Massey, I think the movement's growing more. I think people like you who use this Ryan Matta thing as to why he's bad should also look in the mirror, because Nick Fuentes was with Trump. So I think the Republican Party is just showing how hypocritical they are, and the Massey movement's growing. So you keep talking, bro. I like it.
W.
Keep going, Brandon.
Big W.
You're asking me to talk?
Yes.
No problem. I'll keep that
Yes.
up. Yep. Keep putting the W's in my pocket.
What's the Ryan Matta thing?
Yep, we'll see at midterms, bro.
I've not heard.
That was the guy that Massey took a picture with that had the American Reich shirt on, and people are losing their marbles about it.
Oh.
Yeah, well, MAGA is, because MAGA somehow now thinks that if you take a picture with somebody, therefore you're a neo-Nazi, even though Trump had dinner with Fuentes. Brandon, can you deal with that for me? What do you think?
I don't like
but didn't he have a T group leader in the Oval Office? If I'm not mistaken, didn't he have a T group leader in his Oval Office too?
The one from Syria. It was a Syria.
Yeah, I could have swore that happened. So that's weird.
He's a head of state.
It's semantics. Al-Qaeda's Al-Qaeda.
That sounds like a cope to me.
Wait, come
Brandon's the same guy
on.
that
Tell me
wants
there's not a
universal
difference
healthcare
between
too,
like a private military group or a militia and the head of an actual state. Tell me there's not a difference.
Well, there is now, because we have the Board of Peace.
Hey, Brandon, I think you're controlled opposition anyway because you want universal health care. So I take your opinion not serious.
Imagine an American with that doesn't fit in a box. I appreciate you pointing that out too.
No, you do fit in a box.
We're all in boxes right now.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Do any of you know
an
what
American
is? By the way,
imagine an American who would back foreign influence over a constitutionalist. Imagine that.
What foreign influence is that? Simply because our strategic goals are aligned. Now all of a sudden we're a puppet state. No,
so you're saying it's cool.
I think you achieve a puppet state when you have $30 million worth of backing from a foreign lobby group. I think that's I think that's how that works.
An entire $30 million? Oh my gosh! Oh look,
wait, that's a lot for
$30 million in the time it took me
for a congressional race. That's
that's
the
a lot
largest
for a
donation
congressional
we've ever
race
seen in history of the U.S. So, it's
sir,
kind
would
of
you please
significant.
cam up and go to the ATM and show us that you have $5,000 before you talk about $30 million?
This is
not being very
stupid.
much?
What the hell's the point of that comment?
I made $5,000 yesterday, and I didn't even get up from this fucking couch.
The point of that comment is that when people say $30 million is not very much, I mean, I think that we could subjectively, have a difference of opinion of what's a lot of money or what's a little bit of money. But I think that there's very few people inside of the political debate space who could actually, say $30 million isn't that much relative to what they have themselves. That's a shit ton of money.
Well, and what about most congressional races? Wasn't this like the highest primary as far as dollars
in U.S.
donated?
history?
History. And it's not even close. It's by like hundreds of percent. So, what do you think, Brandon? Do you think it's a good idea to kick libertarians and conservatives out of the Republican Party?
I think that we have political parties, as distasteful as they may be, for a reason. I think
You're
that
dodging,
there should be. No, I'm fucking not, Dr. Gelt.
You are.
What I'm saying is that solidarity is important when there's a fucking.
Uh-oh, someone's getting triggered.
Just like
someone's getting triggered.
Wait, let him finish the statement.
It'd be nice if I could finish.
Yeah, I'll take my solidarity to the Libertarian Party.
Wait, can you let him finish his statement before you guys
And-
respond to it?
And how large is that Libertarian Party? It's like you and two other guys. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get a lot done. What ends up happening is that rather than help with the business that the American people put Donald Trump in office for, you guys just end up being obstructionists.
Well,
and
maybe you shouldn't kick us out of your party then.
8 out of 10 times end up voting with the Democrats.
Cool. Then you're saying that we're
so
important.
now that piece of obstruction is out of the way,
Wait.
now you're crying about
There's
it.
the MAGA talking point. There's the MAGA
hold on.
talking
So
point.
hold on. So
Go
you're
ahead.
saying we're
Sorry.
important. You shouldn't kick us out. Then maybe you shouldn't do that, Brandon.
Who said you were important? I said you were
You just
irrelevant. Gelt.
You said I was irrelevant, but you said if we're obstructionists, then obviously we have some sort of power. No.
Yeah, similar to a flea.
Okay. Well, maybe you shouldn't kick the flea out then, because the flea can make a difference.
Well,
Brandon,
they're
did Trump
gone.
show up at the
He's
Libertarian
gone.
Convention begging for our support? Why did he do that?
Because
Brandon's a socialist
he's
anyway.
evolved into a competent and effective politician.
Okay, so you're saying his campaign promises weren't at the time competent, therefore I shouldn't have voted
Saying
for him?
MAGA's got a big tent. That's what I'm saying. He even welcomed Democrats into the party. What do you know about that?
Yes, I know.
Brandon's
Yeah,
a
he's turning
neocon.
from a politician
Wait,
into a
were those Democrats not people who aligned with things that Trump put out, or were they just Democrats who were actual staunch Democrats?
I think they were
Well, you're
Christians.
talking Democrat royalty and a former vice chair of the party. Yeah,
I'm talking about people
MAGA's
who
got a
bent
big
the knee
tent.
to Trump, right? Not
Oh,
people
bend the
who
knee.
spoke out
Game of
against
Thrones
him
now.
and then got suppressed because their ideologies were different.
Was J.D.
Right,
Vance
that did-
suppressed?
Did J.D. Vance not bend the knee to Trump? Because wasn't Vance a never Trumper
movement?
like 5 years ago? Why?
He saw the light.
You had to do better than that.
Yeah,
Well, it's better than bending the
I would
knee.
just like to reiterate some of the quotes that J.D. Vance said about Trump. So he called himself a never Trump guy. That was an interview in 2016. He called him an idiot, reprehensible, and then writing privately that he went back and forth between Trump being, quote, a cynical asshole like Nixon or America's Hitler. And then he was saying that Trump was unfit for our nation's highest office. He described Trump as culture H drug and a schmopiate of the masses. And he said he was
schmopiate of the masses. He said that?
Yep. And he said he was leading the white working class to a very dark place.
Wait, he's a religion. What he did right there is called Donald Trump a religion.
Yeah, he did.
A cult leader.
A cult leader.
Yeah, hating on Trump gives you political capitalism.
So wait,
or at least it did on that time.
Why do we think JD Vance is where he is now? Why do you think he picked him for his running mate? After saying all that, that was in 2016. That wasn't too long ago.
Probably because he could wipe the floor with Tim Walz. I mean,
the transformative power of understanding. All of those quotes, were they prior to meeting Trump?
I don't know. You'd have to fucking ask
Yes.
JD Vance.
The answer is yes.
Well,
do
you don't think they'd ever met in person before that?
Not before those quotes, no.
All right, hold on a second. When did JD Vance?
I love when people
JD Vance is pretty young.
Say out loud what they're typing. That's awesome.
Have to keep the suspense going.
Is CS funny? Oh, sorry.
What the fuck? You can't fucking criticize me. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, I'm gonna get a violation.
I will. I know, right? I will have to say that the purity testing on the right seems to be just as bad as the purity testing on the left.
Well, it's just funny that Brandon has told us we have no place in our party that will fleas.
Again. Okay, I would just like to point out, CS, that was a wonderful impression of Dr. Gelt.
Can you say my name right? And secondly,
So long as you say mine right.
No, I don't need to.
Oh, there we go.
No. If you're gonna ask, just why don't you guys just both say each other's name right? It's gonna be fine. We're all big
Tell you
kids.
what, I will say Dr. Gelt's name correctly, so if he can tell me what Gelt is, because that is such a chef's kiss insult for him, considering his most common objections.
Mm-hmm. Brandon, it's funny you bring that up. I'm telling you, I think you're paid opposition on this panel. I think you come up there with Kennedy.
I would like to point out that there is a Gelt coin, just so you know, a cryptocurrency, so that's interesting. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It refers to chocolate coins given to Jewish children on the festival of Hanukkah.
Ah, there you go, Dr. Gelt. You like that? I love that my insults generally have layers. Or what was the word that Deef used? Tears. Yes, tears. Oh, look, I did it again. TEARS and TIERS. You're welcome.
Brandon, I think you're decisive. You're divisive to the Republican Party because you really want the left to win. I think that's
I just call balls and strikes is what I do.
Okay,
you should try
so
that.
So do you think it's a good idea to kick out half of your people, like conservatives and libertarians, out of your party?
I think that there's a mission.
Are you talking about the fascists and the
I think we
libertarians?
could kind of maybe throw that back at the Democrat Party too, right?
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, we do our own purity testing. Don't worry about us.
Yeah, Brandy, do you think it's a good idea to send the message that conservatives and libertarians aren't welcome in your party?
No, look, I hold a lot of libertarian ideas too, but the thing is that they need to get
you're
on
not
board
addressing
with
my question.
Okay, there we go. Well, no, I was trying to address your question. I'm
No, you're
often
not.
trying to address your question. Problem is that you interrupt me halfway into addressing your fucking issues.
No, you just called yourself a libertarian. Like, how is that
I did
addressing
not
my
call myself a libertarian. See this, and again, this is the problem with listening to understand or listening to respond.
All right, man. Just
if
go
you're
ahead.
listening simply
You
to
got
respond.
plenty of
Come on, easy.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah,
tell us.
I have plenty of libertarian leanings. The problem is that when the American people put Donald Trump in a position of power back into the White House to complete a mission, then maybe people who care about America should fall in line with that mission, as opposed to simply being obstructionists for political points, which is what Massey did.
Can you give me a libertarian leaning value that you have?
Most D-rugs should be legalized.
Most? Why should they be legalized?
Well, because one, just like in the 30s, organized crime made a lot of money off of the
That's
black
not why a
market,
libertarian
off
would
the illicit
say
market
it
for
should be
drugs.
legalized.
And two, the pharmaceutical companies make a lot of money where other decriminalized drugs could be helpful.
I don't
in
care if
that
they make
place.
money.
Yeah, we don't care about
I don't
that.
give a
That's not a
shit.
libertarian
Oh
position.
yeah, libertarians don't care about making money. Okay.
Well, no, but we don't care the reason
Wait,
you
can
care.
I answer?
care if other people make
Can I answer?
Mojo's
Wait, I thought you weren't going to get in
Mojo's
between,
got his
Mojo.
hand up in the chat, so let's let Mojo answer.
It's bodily autonomy. We should be able to control what we eat, what we ingest. It's our own
There you
body.
go.
Fuck you for trying to control it.
Why though, Mojo? What do we believe in?
He also said he wouldn't ban
natural
all,
rights.
he wouldn't decriminalize all drugs, remember?
Right.
But nice try, Mojo.
I said make all drugs legal. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Well, it was in response to Brendan, right?
Oh, I'm
Brandon,
sorry.
you,
I apologize.
You do realize just simply saying you believe that all schmucks, like we would believe why they
Hate
should be.
it.
Well, I didn't say all. I said most.
It's
Most.
okay,
yeah, but-
Mojo. If you'd like to eat paint chips now, most paint has been made after 1978, so I think you'll be fine.
But the why would be important. Why you believe that? That's what would make you a libertarian.
Yeah. You see, now here that you just made a mistake. The important bit is I have my positions based on my logic and reason, irrespective of what political camp it puts me in. Your objection seems to be, and easy in some cases, is that, oh, you're coming across as a socialist, or, oh, you're coming across as a libertarian. I don't care about your fucking labels. What I care about is the continued peace and prosperity of the American people. Period. Full fucking stop.
Yeah, but you used the label. I was just challenging you on it, and now because you can't defend your position,
what label did I put on myself?
You said I have libertarian-leaning values. So I
No,
questioned
you
that.
called me a libertarian, and
No,
I
I didn't.
objected and said I do have some libertarian leanings,
I didn't
just like
call
I
you
have some Democrat
libertarian.
leanings, just like I have some conservative leanings.
Can
The
I-
issue
What are
is
those
that I don't
Democrat
put
leanings?
myself in a box, and I refuse to allow you to put me in a fucking box.
Hey, Brendan. Two people
You go, girl.
can advocate for the same exact policy, but the actual intent for why you want that policy in place would be the separation. So, like, we would be fine with legalizing drugs, and you said you would be for the most part, right? That doesn't make us on the same page, and it doesn't mean that you have values that are similar to ours, because you want them legalized because you're scared and you hate big bad corporations that make money.
Oh, I'm scared,
We just
bro.
think adults should have the opportunity to act as such and make choices for themselves.
Are one of your values, Brendan, like whatever Trump says, this overrides my other values?
I think you're bouncing off each other, but never mind. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's red on red. Adam, don't.
I know. I should just shut up. I know.
This
No,
isn't
you
red
can-
on
I mean,
red.
you
This
can-
is blue. This is somebody cosplaying red.
He literally just said
Yeah.
I have Democratic
So I-
leanings.
so I
we
need
don't
to
even
say
know
it
what he
again.
is. He's purple.
Wait,
Oh, it's
he's
totally
going to
fine. I need to
disagree.
say it
He's
again.
Brendan's
He's a
going to
Barney.
disagree with us as much more than he disagrees with you. So I don't know what you're talking
I don't think so. He agrees with you guys a lot.
Oh no, he disagrees
More
with
than he does libertarians.
Brendan and I got into it yesterday.
So
What does he
He
disagree
still
with
agrees
us?
with you more than me.
What does he agree with us on?
Okay, all right. Listen, I think he wouldn't even shy away from this. Do you agree more with CS or me?
Wait, easy. I'm asking you about specific issues. I can tell you one. It's national or socialized healthcare. Can you name another one that he agrees with us on?
Yeah. He agrees with like party politics, right? You're
He
also
also
blue
agrees
no
with-
matter who. He's also like you must like not dissent.
You think he's
from
blue
like the
no
head of
matter?
the party?
You think
He
he's
also
blue?
agrees with corporate greed. He just
Wait,
he used
God
corporate
damn.
greed.
I don't agree with corporate
Yeah.
greed. Liberals don't agree with corporate greed. As a matter of fact, most of us like to see corporations gone altogether. So I asked what he agreed with us on, and you said party politics. He said was right. He said he was right in the middle of like 3 or 4 different fucking branches of politics. So I'm sorry, he doesn't necessarily believe in party politics.
Well,
you are incorrect.
That's not what I'm saying. So you, all right? Well,
I'm just telling you, he doesn't agree with us on shit.
He is going
Hold
with
on,
the
Mojo,
party,
hold on,
regardless
Mojo.
of. This is
Let
why
me
I
do
asked
that.
him.
You're right.
Is one of his values like whatever Trump, the party head, what he says, does that override your other values? He's like saying, I have all these other leanings, and if that were the case, then I guess he would respect like if somebody else, like even within Congress, is not like going with the wind and is like taking a stance. But otherwise, you would have to tell me that one of your other values is like you believe, whatever is in the best interest of the party.
Yeah,
Mojo.
all that was nonsense. And I'll tell you why it's nonsense. Number one, I believe we should have socialized healthcare as a check against fucking corporate greed and the crony capitalism that we are observing in our fucking healthcare system right fucking now. Number two, I am not a fucking fan of Trump. I am not a fucking do whatever fucking Trump says. I think Trump is a bombastic narcissist, a fucking lifelong Democrat, and an unrepentant womanizer. These are not fucking characteristics that we should have in a president. However, I do value and clock the fucking utility that Trump has with regards to our normal homeostasis with regards to our politics in the fact that we have had a deep state. The only reason I appreciate Trump, and I've said this many times in this fucking panel, is the utility that if Trump has a single fucking ounce of self-preservation, he will see us relieved of the deep state before he leaves office, because everyone will agree that they will not leave his or his family alone unless that bomb has been diffused.
Wait, so Massey went after the deep state with
again.
Epstein. Wait, hold on, Massey.
Well, you think the deep state can protect you from corporate crony capitalism? You're saying
easy. You're talking over Galt. You understand that Galt? Easy. You understand that Galt was talking, right?
My bad.
No. Question: if the deep state's the problem and Epstein's connected to it, why would you not support Massey then? And why would you say Trump going after Massey, who tried to release the files, is bad?
Because I think Massey saw an opportunity to score political points and elevate his position, and it was a very cynical attempt at elevating himself, as opposed to helping the country move along.
Okay, even if I grant you that, even if I think he was doing it for political gain, isn't exposing P3DOs for political gain? I would think that's probably a good mission.
Absolutely. I think anyone who engaged in that should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and fed into the whichever case.
So then you agree with Massey?
I agree with Massey only with regards to that particular endeavor. And so what we would need to do is discuss specifically what his motivations were, because I just offered that his motivations were strictly political and not utilitarian.
Why would I care?
Okay.
So you're saying I should question somebody's motivation to expose P3DOs?
No, I'm not saying that you should question that. That is obvious.
You just did.
What I'm saying is that the discussions that were had in public in front of cameras probably should have happened discreetly and in the Oval Office.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, you mean like within
kind of
the
like
deep
TikTok
state?
panels and Discord calls?
Wait, Brandon, I would make this.
I don't understand the context of Discord calls.
Brandon, I'll make this argument. I don't care if a congressman lies. I'll say this. I don't care if a congressman lies about whatever to get P3DOs caught. And I think that it's justifiable. Do you disagree?
Is that a white lie you're okay with?
You're asking if the ends justify the means in order to bring those individuals to justice? In some cases, yeah. What I'm saying is that Massey would have gotten a lot farther if he had cooperated with the Trump administration and the DOJ's efforts to bring these individuals to justice rather than stand out on a soapbox and scream objections all day. I think that essentially in line with how the libertarians have been doing politically, Thomas Massey was more performative than he was effective, and that is why he has found himself. That is why he has found himself primaried. You're welcome.
What if Massey was like you and he also thought there was a deep state? You want him to like hush resolve this matter with the deep state? Let's think like Brendan. What would Brendan do?
That is a ridiculous question, Easy.
Why is it? You literally said that he should have done it like behind closed doors, whatever. Your premise is deep state, real, true. Okay, we need to demolish the deep state. This is your like top priority value. All right. You also say Epstein file releasing. Very good. Okay. So Massey, shut the fuck up. All right. And then go behind closed doors, which is probably deep state territory, and just keep it there. You think this makes logical sense, what you're saying?
That's only if you accept that Donald Trump is part of the deep state, which is ridiculous.
Doesn't matter, right?
No, it does.
First of all, right, you're giving Trump something that you don't give anybody else. So, and you were saying, I don't like Trump. It's not Trump. It's the deep state. Okay. Second of all right, it's still Trump's administration, whoever he like put there as like officers, whatever. You're still dealing with the deep state. Right. So would it be better to deal with this closed doors or out in the open?
No, what I'm doing is I'm lamenting the man that the moment has provided us and that Providence has provided us with. That is what I am lamenting. The vessel for this corrective action is unfortunately Donald J. Trump, who I do not approve of personally. Jesus Christ. Listen, Easy, you're never going to learn unless you listen.
So,
just saying a whole bunch of nothing.
If that's the case, then why was he performative about it, about like releasing it and then didn't? Because that was part of his campaign promise. Like, I don't even think Massey should have had to have been performative, considering Trump was performative, to your point, for political gain, and then didn't release it, Brandon.
I thought it was only one interview
Thomas
where
Massey
he was asked about it, and he said that he would look into it.
Thanks,
He
man.
would think about
I
it.
think that Thomas Massey was more concerned about scoring political points with regards to opposition of Donald Trump than he was about actually getting something done with regards to those victims. Because overall, this issue, if a voter asks themselves the important question, like for example, if Trump was culpable in any of these activities, why was none of this information given, say, in 2015, or even more so in 2023?
I don't vote Democrat, Brandon, so I don't care.
Well, right, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring you along to a logical conclusion instead of just deploying fucking
these arguments don't
talking
work against
points
me.
in
I'm
order
not a
to.
Democrat. I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't say you were a fucking Democrat.
Okay, but I don't care about what did Biden do. You can't use that argument against me.
What the fuck? It has nothing to do with what Biden does. What it has to do with is which political weapons are deployed at what time and why.
Okay,
If
so
you
now
here's the thing:
radio is a
if
political
you're
weapon?
using logic and reason instead of emotion and some kind of empathy, and you're relieving yourself of all of the tools that you've been provided with, then of course you're going to come to the conclusion that you came to, because you're not asking the right questions.
Well, I asked you how you want, like, Massey to get rid of this deep state, because exposing them would be like exposing the deep state by working with the deep state. Hush, hush, like you said.
Well, again,
Logic went out the window.
you're assuming that Donald Trump is part of the deep state, and
You
you're
don't have to
ignoring,
assume Donald Trump.
you're ignoring all of the things that happened prior to now. The absolute apoplexy that the deep state had with regards to Trump's presence within the government.
Okay, so how about we just do this? All right. Let's say we don't know whether or not Trump is or is not part of the deep state. The better option is to just assume that he's not and then be quiet about it.
You ask the silliest fucking questions, Easy.
He can't
just answer.
No. The question is nonsensical. Again, I prefer
Why?
that the
This
question
is
be
literally what you were
logical
bringing forward.
and reasonable.
You want to assume that he's not, right? And then
I'm not assuming anything. I am making I am making a decision based on the amount of evidence that's available. I'm not just
Yeah, the amount of evidence. The evidence is that, let's say you don't know one way or the other, and you're saying the better option is to be hush hush about it, and then not just Trump, but the already existing deep state work within it to expose the files.
Yeah,
This is
rather
what you
than
want us
rather
to
than
believe this
rather
is
than
logical?
publicly attack the person that's in charge of the investigation.
Rather than be transparent and allow for
You're
the
missing the
public
point.
dissent to
You're missing
push
the
this
point.
forward.
The reason he did
Okay.
all that publicly is because he wanted to score political points, because it's very fashionable.
Sounds like you're
to hate
assuming.
Trump right now.
Well, no, it sounds like you're assuming. I'm just saying, like, if the goal is to expose Epstein, right? Which one would be
Let
better?
me ask you something,
Do we
Easy.
just take
Does
this
a jury
assumption
make an
as you
assumption?
want? Because you would have to assume, right?
Does
I mean,
a jury
look,
make an
if-
assumption, Easy?
Does a what?
Does a jury make an assumption?
I don't know.
What the fuck? I don't know if you
should have an assumption.
for this.
Well,
panel,
this
my
is
guy.
what you're giving me back to, bro. You're like, I don't.
You just said
It's not what I'm
you
giving
just
you
said
back.
you're
like, this is
making.
nonsensical. This is not that. I think I gave you a pretty like reasonable ask here. Let's just assume it's not one way or the other. Would it be better to like, score political points and be transparent and have like public dissent? Because this is what people
if
want.
one were going to be
do its
effective,
thing, or work quietly within the state apparatus.
if one had the expectations of being effective, yes, one would work with the individuals that were currently in power rather than work cross purposes to those individuals, which again is why Messi has now found himself primaried.
Is the people that is
what I
within
am saying-
power not using?
What I am
okay,
saying should be
the
self-evident.
people within
based
power.
on-
What are
based
they in
on the
power
fucking
of?
consequences.
Hold on. The people that are in power. What are they in power of?
The executive branch.
The state apparatus, right?
At this time, the executive branch, yes.
The state Okay, is the state apparatus the deep state?
Negative.
Really? What is the deep state?
Good luck
deep
with
state
this.
The deep state is a cabal of several different industrial complexes.
But not the state
up
apparatus.
to and including the military-industrial complex, the media-industrial complex, the pharmaceutical-industrial complex, and now there's a new one. There's a homeless industrial complex.
But
there
not
are
the
several
executive
industrial
branch,
complexes
right?
Let him
that
finish his statement.
transcend the normal politics that we have. It is a type of politics that happens behind the scene and is absolutely immune, generally, to the electoral process. That is what we have to fight as Americans.
But this excludes the executive branch, as you said.
The executive branch is constantly in flux. I don't know if you know this or you took civics.
So then it's not in deep state? It's not part of the deep state?
Okay. So I'm
most
so
of the
ashamed for you that I
bureaucracy
have to break
exists.
this down.
Most of the bureaucracy exists in the executive branch. So when he's talking about entrenched power, he is talking about the executive branch.
Well, he's denying it outright. I asked him straight up, and he's saying no. He's just like...
I'm denying outright that Donald Trump is part of the deep state.
I said the state... well, I didn't ask you that, right? What did I ask you? I asked you that the people in power, what are they in power of? And you said, the state apparatus, right? And so then I asked you, is the state apparatus the executive branch? Is that part of the deep state? Is that the deep state? And you said no.
Yeah, and the executive branch is, again, you're going to make me say it again, constantly in flux because they are dependent upon the electorate to place individuals into power.
Does that exclude them from the deep state?
Christ.
Does that flux exclude them from the deep state?
Point, and you're asking.
I know. I just want to. I'll get your point after.
Tangential and fragmented questions.
This isn't tangential at all.
The meat of the matter.
Is it exclusive?
No, what you are trying to do is establish that the deep state, by definition, is the executive branch.
No, I just want to know: is it a part of it?
Because the executive branch is constantly in flux. Is it a part of it? Because of the attention of the electorate. Jesus.
So it's not a part of it.
It can be, but at this time, it is not.
Oh, yes. At this time, there is no deep state.
Yes.
Wow,
if the
Trump
deep
solved
state,
it. There's no deep state.
Jesus Christ. I have to draw you a fucking diagram. If the deep state is successful in getting their candidate into office vis-a-vis, I don't know, Joe fucking Biden or Barack Obama or George W. Bush, then yes, then the deep state does have and is currently occupying the White House. But I believe, and I can't believe that I have to fucking break this down for you, Barney style, Donald Trump is not part of the deep state, which is why you see the type of apoplexy that the normal individuals that are in government are exhibiting towards Donald Trump right now. Was that hard for you to fucking understand?
Wait a second. If the military-industrial complex is part of the deep state... if the military-industrial complex is part of the deep state and Massey going against the military-industrial complex got him also to lose the election. Can you kind of reconcile that for me?
Yeah, I'm not saying that Massey is part of the deep state. I'm not even
I didn't
saying
say you
that
did.
Massey is part of the military-industrial complex. What I am saying in my position is that simply Thomas Massey was a hapless nitwit. And because he was a hapless nitwit, he now finds himself out of office.
Because of the deep state, right?
What the fuck? No.
Well, the military-industrial
complex. He's a hapless nitwit.
Well, the deep state went after him, no?
Oh, my God.
Well, the military-industrial complex, the war in Iran is why he lost. Part of it. A big reason, right?
No.
That wasn't?
How do I get a misinformation violation? What the fuck?
Wait, Brandon, him being against the Iran war isn't a big reason?
You guys are going to constantly try and put Donald Trump in the deep state. That's not.
I'm just asking you. Did the deep state go after him?
The reason I don't believe it is because of all the shit that they did in order to remove him from office or remove any potency that he would have while in office.
Can you deal with my question?
Similar to what Brennan did and what Obama did with regards to his win in 2015.
I don't care about Obama. Can you deal with my question?
Similar to what they're doing with Massey. Yeah.
Right. Brandon, you said the military. Brandon, you said the military-industrial complex
because he's a hapless nitwit, right?
Okay.
And I understand what you're doing, Gelt. What you're trying to do is you're trying to say simply because Thomas Massey lost that he lost because of the movements and the intention of the military-industrial complex.
Well, I'm asking you.
And thereby putting Trump inside of it. It's nonsense.
Well, isn't this Trump's pick?
Isn't what Trump's pick?
The candidate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're also trying to say that it was his pick because he's part of the military-industrial complex, and not because he chose because he is a hapless nitwit to attempt to score political points by going against Trump publicly.
Why would you put somebody in office that's now we would both agree is now part of the military-industrial complex, considering how much money he was given to by it?
This individual is more pliant than Thomas Massey is.
Oh, so the military-industrial complex just gave him all this money with no expectation?
Okay, so this individual that you're talking about, what did he give? How much money did he receive from the, quote, military-industrial complex, and for what purpose?
Yeah, I mean, you could just call it APAC.
Oh, so APAC is the military-industrial complex? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's an extension of it. It's acting as an extension because we want the war in Iran, don't we?
Because we have we don't have cross political purposes or military purposes with those individuals.
You're just justifying a deep
state. You guys would like to say, that simply because Jews that somehow they control the United States and
no, I don't have my stepmother's Jewish, man.
Your hate for Jews is kind of seeping out there, Gelt.
I have a Jewish friend.
Sure you do.
Yeah, I don't care about that, Brandon.
He's your Hebrew. Right, Gelt?
What the fuck? Why do you have to bring up the anti-Semitic thing, Brandon?
Because you're clearly anti-Semitic. You just do a good job at hiding it.
I'm sorry, what?
Because you're clearly anti-Semitic. You just do a good job at hiding it.
Yeah, Brandon, I'll text you my phone number, and you can give me a call later when I'm with my mom. How about that? You want to see if I'm anti-Semitic?
Well, listen, Freud did the definitive work on the overbearing mother, and if you want to have a talk about that, we certainly can, though I will object to any use of booger sugar.
Yeah, that's not what I was saying, dude. So anyway, nice how you try to pit me in the corner as being anti-Semitic when I call you out on your deep state nonsense.
Oh, so deep state is nonsense, but the military-industrial complex is real? Is that your position, Gelt?
No, I'm saying the military-industrial complex went after Massey. I agree with you. It's the deep state. I'm just saying the deep state went after Massey. You say it's good. I say it's bad.
No. What I'm trying to say is that we learned thousands of years ago that the best way to engage an enemy is with solidarity, is with a shield wall. And if Thomas Massey wants to separate himself from the shield wall and he thinks that he's going to get a whole bunch of glory by swinging a sword all by himself out there in the middle of fucking nowhere in no man's land, that's fine. But again, I would say that Thomas Massey got primaried not because he is not effective or even that he's a good American, but because he's a hapless nitwit.
Okay, well, that's what's going to happen to all you Trumpers.
Wait, why'd they go after Massey? Yep. Why did the deep state go after Massey?
That's for you, Gelt.
Yeah, because he was against the war in Iran.
It wasn't because he wanted to release the files?
Wait, stop. Because he's against the war in Iran. So the deep state is pro-war.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Okay, so if the deep state is pro-war, wouldn't it also be like conservative?
I don't think conservative is just pro-war.
Yeah, it's the Republicans that are pro-war. Democrats are generally speaking anti-war.
Well, neoliberals and neoconservatives are both pro-war, yes.
I'm sorry, most conservatives are pro-war. That's just a general reality throughout the history. Well, throughout your lifetime anyway. Most liberals are anti-war.
Wait,
so no
Dr.
Democrats
Galt.
voted against ending the war when they had the vote for the Supreme Court? No Democrats?
No, Democrats voted to end the war. Democrats have always voted to end the war.
Wait, every single...
It doesn't matter whether... Yeah, because you're going to give me Fetterman, for Christ's sake? That's fucking stupid.
Wait, Dr. Galt, is your position in this that Massey was primaried because he wanted to fight the war in Iran?
No, the opposite.
Number one reason?
No, I just figured out that the deep state is actually the conservative movement. This is crazy. I had no idea.
Well, how could it be the conservative movement if they just kicked the biggest conservative in?
He's not the biggest conservative because he voted with Democrats more than any other conservative did.
What?
He voted with Massey voted with Democrats more than any other conservative.
No, stop. You guys misconstrue voting in alignment with the Constitution.
I'm sorry, but he is not the most conservative person in Congress.
Those are two. You're conflating two different things. And he is the most consistent voter for the Constitution. 98% of what he votes for is based on the Constitution.
He is the most
if it's
liberal.
Based off of the Constitution,
he is
irrelevant.
the most.
You're having a semantical argument.
No, I am not. No, I am not, because we're talking about Democrats and Republicans and libertarians here, and he is the most liberal, the most democratic. He is the most. Hello. He is the most democratic representative in Congress that's in the Republican Party.
What do you think a Democrat is?
He votes with Democrats. You can call a Democrat whatever you want, but he votes with Democrats.
Why?
I don't give a shit why.
For those bills?
I don't give a shit why. What I'm telling you is that I'm telling you is that the deep state is conservative. You guys just proved that.
I don't give a fuck about that. That's not my point of contention. You can have that conversation.
Okay, well then I don't care. That's what I'm talking about.
But because it has to be addressed. You said that he votes with Democrats.
You can't tell me what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that the deep
who
state
cares
is
if he votes with? Listen, who cares if he votes with Democrats? This is like a non-issue.
I'm just telling you, if there's a deep state, it's conservative. This is obvious now. You guys all believe the deep state is conservative. All of you.
But you changed the word. Listen, you changed the word from liberal to Democrat. Like, if your point is simply that he votes with Democrats, okay, he's like bipartisan in certain things. This is.
I think it's just too elastic to actually make a decision.
Yeah, we should just like step back and see like this linguistic wordplay. How are you going to go from liberal to Democrat?
I'm still confused.
Because there's not a liberal. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna explain this real quick. There are no liberal parties. There are no conservative parties.
Why'd you say
there are Democrat and Republican parties. But you guys were talking about liberal and conservative. You guys were talking about liberal and conservative. I said that if there's a deep state that you guys believe exists, then that deep state has to be conservative because they vote with Republicans. Like most of the time, they want Republicans. They want staunch Republicans in there. So they have to be conservative. So if there's a deep state, it's on fucking you guys, not on us.
Wait, hold on.
They have to be conservatives? I don't understand this point. What do you mean?
Why are we arguing about?
Wait,
I don't even know.
I'm so confused.
Mojo, what makes Trump a conservative?
He ran with the Republican Party against the liberal ideology.
He ran with the Democrat Party too.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Just because you run with a party doesn't make you an ideology. So can you explain?
Wait, I'm going to back this up. I'm sorry. Stop. Donald Trump never ran as a Democrat. Never. Not once.
Oh, I didn't have to run for it, right?
You just said he did.
Oh, I said he ran with.
Oh, wait. But
no,
he's been like paying checks to Chuck Schumer like for years.
Stay consistent.
I'm always consistent, Dave.
Yeah, so tell me how he's conservative.
I'm just telling you, he ran as a Republican. He won as a Republican.
Yeah, there's interviews.
He is part of the Republican Party. As a matter of fact, he's the leader of the Republican Party.
Sucks? Hold on, I'm gonna derail this. You guys want to see why Florida's fucking terrible sometimes? No. Look at that fucking cockroach, bro. That thing is the size of my hand.
It's breakfast.
It's
breakfast.
They're actually
grab it. It's breakfast.
No, that's a cockroach, my friend.
This is why you don't live in Florida.
It's a type
Florida
of
is a
cockroach.
cesspool of shit.
This is all across like the southern states.
Mojo, can you please deal with the question now? How is Trump conservative?
I've already told you.
Do you think his immigration policy is conservative?
Very.
Okay, so would you send that Clinton and Obama are conservative then?
Nope.
Why?
Because they both utilized turnarounds rather than trying to go through the country.
True. Obama in his first 4 years didn't.
That is incorrect. You're wrong. He was not using ICE. He was not using ICE to do raids throughout the country. And all the raids that he set up, all the raids that were set up when Obama was in office were all set up ahead of time. They were all notified. People were notified. They were utilized local police forces. I'm sorry, but what Donald Trump is doing right now is not what Bill Clinton and Obama did.
Was Obama pro-deportation?
Obama was pro-turnaround at the border.
He was the Obama was. I can answer this one. I can answer this one because I just watched an interview. Obama, I'm talking easy. I just watched yesterday Obama doing a speech during his. I don't think it was his second term. I don't know, but he was being heckled at a rally for the deportations, and he clearly said he could do the easy way, write an executive order, and just mass deport everybody away, or he could do it the right way, the legal way, the constitutional way, the way it's supposed to be fucking done. And it's the harder way, but that's how you do it. The people that were heckling him, he told them not to make them leave. He understood their concern, like their outrage and their frustration. He understood it, but he's trying to do it the constitutional way that this country was founded, that y'all seem to worry so much about.
Sounds pretty conservative.
It seems so.
Yeah, except none of you guys are
the Constitution is conservative.
You guys don't give no. You guys don't give two shits about the Constitution.
Mojo,
that just sounds conservative to adhere to the.
You need to substantiate that.
I do. Where in the Constitution?
To say that we don't give a shit about the Constitution.
Yeah, where in the Constitution
substantiate how I don't care about it.
Yeah, where in the Constitution does it say guns?
Okay, so it's the right to bear arms. This has been a semantical argument for what, decades?
Yes, so you don't care about the Constitution again.
Well, I think you're pivoting, Mojo.
Well,
you're wrong.
Mojo, here's the funny thing about that. The conservative member of Congress just got primaried. He put forth a constitutional carry bill.
But either way,
if Mike Johnson was truly conservative, then he would put that bill on the floor to be heard. But he's not. And you know who else isn't? Trump isn't advocating for that bill to be heard. So when you sit there and say that he's conservative, how is he conservative?
Okay.
Thomas
Here, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you. He is conservative because he's conservative fiscally, and all you fucking dumb shit libertarians all vote for economic policies over social policies. Libertarians are socially liberal, which means that puts you in the middle, not on the conservative side, right?
Trump, hold on. Trump is fiscally
so Trump
conservative.
is way more conservative than you are.
Correct.
Trump is. First off, I'm a lifelong Republican. But I'm actually a fiscal conservative. I don't identify with the Republican Party that is excessively spending. So if you want me to put...
Yeah, but you're socially liberal. That puts you in the middle.
Because I want to be fiscally responsible. That's insane.
Rising,
that's insane.
If you could sum it up, that'd be great. And then Mojo's going to answer you.
Just print more money.
Rising, did you want to finish up?
Yeah, I finished up. Yeah, Trump is not
Mojo,
fiscally
I think
conservative.
Mojo, did you want to respond to that?
I already responded to it, but you guys are socially liberal. You believe in bodily autonomy.
Socially liberal doesn't even exist.
Shut up.
You got to let Mojo finish. Come on.
I thought he already responded.
Shut up.
My bad.
Shut up.
Let's get it together.
You're pro-choice. You're pro-immigration. Everything that comes with bodily autonomy, your anti-helmet laws, shit like that. This is all liberal. This means this puts you straight dab in the middle of the Overton window, where the Overton window sits. So you guys are less conservative than the Republican Party. I hope you know that.
None of that even exists. Social, like whatever policies.
I just gave you examples.
Okay, give me a second, and I'll make my point. Policies, right? In terms of like socially, what people allow for, this cannot be dictated by the state. Like economically, we believe in like that sort of freedom, and then whatever is a derivative of that, that just happens. I don't really give two shits about it. So I'm saying that we only focus on that, and you guys want to harp on something that doesn't exist in our paradigm for like a libertarian, truly. Like, okay, all right, you social justice warrior, whatever. Obama, if you're saying he adhered to the Constitution, that sounds highly conservative, right? I mean, we said Massey votes with the Constitution. This makes him conservative. And you're just like fighting this weird straw man battle, bro. Social policies don't exist to us. It's only economic.
Gish Gallop. Jesus Christ. Easy.
Okay, Brendan, the Gish Gallop that you had, deep state is when Trump is elected and they're no longer deep state. The fuck, bro? How do you even believe in the deep state?
How do you believe in the deep state? I don't get it. I don't understand how anything works.
All right, look at you.
I don't get what liberal policies are, and I don't get what conservative policies are. And I'm a libertarian, so I get to tell everybody what conservatives are. And god damn it, fuck shit, God, fucking easy. God,
you think that's good, bro? You think you look good?
I don't know. You just did it, so I thought I'd try it too.
Do you think that?
You just did it. I thought I'd try to.
Do you look good?
Just deconstructed your argument.
I look good. I wake up looking good.
I'm sorry, he didn't deconstruct anything.
I mean, he quite literally did, though.
Shit. No, he quite literally. How? How did he deconstruct my argument? Or are you talking about Brendan's argument? Because I don't think he did either.
Definitely Donovan's, 100%.
Yeah, how?
Brendan.
Bronovan. I'm going to call you Bronovan.
Bronovan. Brendovan.
It's
Well,
I like Bronovan.
Bronovan.
I like
Brondo.
Bronovan's got a ring to it.
Bronovan, yeah, sure. That's like an energy drink. Plants crave it. But I'm still trying to figure out how you deconstructed it, Dave.
Who's tapping? Are you asking ChatGPT your answer?
I don't know, but please keep tapping the screen. Speaking of tapping, tap the screen, share the live, do the heart me, gift a panel, help me with my gift goal. It's a money guns right now only because of the gift gallery. If you want to send me roses, I'm cool with that too. It helps us get out in the FYP. So whatever you are willing to give and whatever you're willing to tap, please do that. Thank you.
And Rising Phoenix, good to see you here again. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you, CS. So Mojo, we can agree that Trump ran on ending the Department of Education, correct?
Thank you, Sammy. I don't know that he actually ran on it, did he?
Yeah, he ran on that.
One of the points that he made during the election, yeah.
So Thomas Massey put forward introduced a bill to end the Department of Education. Why hasn't that bill moved forward? If he's so anti-Trump, why is he putting that bill forward?
Probably because Democrats are against it.
Trump ran not just Democrats, but Mike Johnson. Why hasn't Mike Johnson pushed it forward? Why hasn't Trump pushed forward Thomas Massey's bill?
Quite often. Well, I'll tell you because quite often.
Mojo, you got to get a galaxy from Bobby.
I know that was for the gift gallery. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So just thanking him.
Oh, thank you, gift gallery, and thank you, Sammy. Thank you so much. Yeah, Bobby's awesome. Sammy's awesome too.
Thank you, gifters. Thank you.
Yeah, Democrats are against getting rid of the Department of Education. It's a dumb idea. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, but the liberal side of that is to not get rid of it. The conservative side is to get rid of it. That means Donald Trump is a conservative, right?
Well, all right, but why hasn't he pushed Thomas Massey's bill to be heard in the House? Why isn't Mike Johnson, the conservative, the so-called conservative, pushed it to be heard in the House? If they truly wanted to end the Department of Education, why wouldn't they do that?
Yeah,
they're too busy writing counterterrorism bills, calling violent left-wing.
Well, I don't want to change the subject.
Anti-fascist terrorist, maybe. I don't know.
Mike Johnson may not be very conservative. I'm not sure if I really want to talk about Mike Johnson because I don't much care about Mike Johnson. But the fact is that when you're the Speaker of the House, you try not to put bills forward that are not going to pass. You generally get a whip count ahead of time before you decide whether a bill is going to be brought to the floor or not. And if this was not going to pass, it behooves him not to allow it on the floor.
So wouldn't the leader of the Republican Party, Donald Trump, shouldn't he be pushing the Republican Party if he's a conservative?
How do you know he's not?
The conservative putting the bill forward?
How do you know he's not?
Because he just primaried somebody that wanted to do what he wanted to do.
How do you know that Mike Johnson is not? How do you know that Mike Johnson is not trying to whip the votes to get that passed?
Well, have we heard it at all? Primary the people that were for your agenda.
Do you ever hear the whip count? Do you ever hear from the whip?
What's a whip?
The whip is a position in Congress where somebody is assigned a position to try and convince people to vote specific ways.
That's an awful term.
Are we suggesting
that's an awful term?
Are we suggesting right now that Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, they've never done these long grandstanding speeches trying to get their party on board with backing whatever agenda they have going? So why doesn't Mike Johnson do things like that? Why doesn't Mike Johnson use the power of the podium?
Well, that's fine. Then he's an idiot. I don't care. I can tell you that Nancy Pelosi was the best Speaker of the House that we've ever seen in our fucking lifetimes, probably in the history of the United States of America, because she knew damn well what the vote was going to be every single time a bill hit the floor.
Correct.
I agree with you. She was extremely manipulative, very good at it.
No, she was good at counting votes.
Mike Johnson is the guy that was handpicked by Trump to be the Speaker of the House.
Would you consider him to be a benevolent man? Mike Johnson?
I think he is a very good politician, and he knows how to get reelected. And when the concern is getting reelected, you don't really want to do too much because then it gets held against you.
You don't want to rock the boat for standing on your own values and business.
You guys, by the way,
whip people into shape to convince them to follow you.
No, I think that I think the thing you see the most out of the politicians that are in there forever are they keep their face out front, but they don't really say much all the way to one side. They kind of dance the middle. They don't really try to attack the other side too much so that they don't get attacked too much. I think that's a game that they play, and they stay in office that way.
Messi, do you know what a riding crop is? You ever heard that term? A riding crop. You ever heard that term?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're riding a horse and you want the horse to go fast, you slap his flanks with your riding crop. That's essentially what the whip does. It whips up support for a particular bill. That's why it's called the majority or minority whip.
So Trump ran on leaving NATO. Trump ran on that. Massey put a bill forward for him to denunciate.
Again, now you're just bitching about Mike Johnson. You're not bitching about Trump. You're bitching about Mike Johnson. And you're bitching about Mike Johnson after you dipshits. Wait, hold on. You're bitching about Mike Johnson after you dipshits got rid of McCarthy and wouldn't allow any other conservative go through. So you ended up with Mike Johnson because he's the only person that anybody could get votes on. So you end up with this fucking lily-livered, sad, shy little white man that's not going to do anything because he's just worried about getting reelected. That's who you ended up with because of the shit that you guys pulled.
Mojo, I'm bitching about Donald Trump and the Republican Party.
No, you're not. You're bitching about Mike Johnson.
Being fiscally conservative. They could get a simple majority vote together and cut spending on day one. Instead, they rode for the first year saying, oh, this is Biden's budget. That's bullshit. They could have cut spending with a simple rescission bill on day one. And instead, they lied to the American people. Cutting spending was never this Republican base's issue as
Cutting
much as they
spending
ran
has
on.
never been Republican. You guys Republicans don't balance the budget. They've never been balancing the budget. Ever.
Hold on, easy. Please don't interrupt when Mojo's speaking. And again, I will make sure he doesn't interrupt you when you're speaking.
You guys have never been.
On panel. Sorry, go ahead.
You vote for people.
Hey,
never mind.
No, Mojo, fucking go.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
don't. No.
I'm gonna whine. Leave me alone.
Fine. Easy then.
Easy was
yeah,
right.
Really quickly. He said that that's what makes it conservative, right? Like fiscally conservative. But then now he's saying they never balance the budget. So if that's the case, then is that not what makes people conservative anymore? Because it doesn't exist, right?
I said that
Mojo?
you guys are fiscally conservative. Republicans may not be fiscally conservative. However, you are socially liberal, and that puts you dead center in the middle because you want to vote for liberal policies that are for bodily autonomy, but you also want to vote for fiscal conservatism. So you are probably more conservative than Republicans on the fiscal side of the issues, but you are more liberal than Republicans on the social side of the issues.
There's I don't care for AB to vote on it or anything like that. Everything is going to be derivative. I've already explained to you that everything is derivative from economic policy. We take that stance, and that's it. You don't really need any socially liberal left, right? I don't give a fuck about that.
It's not. Yeah. Everything is not derivative from economics. You guys talk about natural law all the time. This is not economics. This is about bodily autonomy, and that's still
when we're talking about the government, yes.
No, it's not economics.
You think the government can dictate what socially is acceptable?
Yes, they do.
Really?
It's in the Constitution, for Christ's sake.
Okay, so when you abolish racism, did that end racism?
No, racism still exists, but it doesn't exist. But it doesn't.
And then,
hello, easy. But it doesn't exist in a governmental level, or it's not supposed to. And they're trying to work it out of the government level, aren't they? Because this is a social policy. This is
that's why you can't dictate social.
This is a fucking social policy that is real, and it is in government, and it is enforced by law.
And you cannot dictate what people socially adhere to, believe, accept. through
But
any
you can
government
dictate
policy.
what the law is surrounding it.
Okay, great. To what end?
That is government.
It's meaningless, right? You still have racism.
No, it's not meaningless.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Is.
You can get thrown in jail for a fucking goddamn hate crime.
And then racism is still there. Good
you
job,
can get
guys.
thrown in jail for a goddamn hate crime. This is law. This is constitutional law. Because all men are created equal. Because whatever fucking bullshit natural rights you believe in.
Come on,
I'm sorry, but social policy.
Stop.
I'm sorry, but social policy is government, and you guys are fucking liberals, so you're still stuck in the middle.
So you admit that they abolished racism and it still exists?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You admit that?
I still don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So they abolished racism, right?
Nobody said they abolished racism.
Oh, okay. So segregation, all of these things, the Civil Rights Act.
Segregation.
Civil Rights Act?
Yeah. What about it?
Did they pass that?
Yes.
Okay, what was that for?
It was trying to equalize the treatment of all minority groups in society.
Did that happen?
Mostly, yes. We still have problems and issues we have to deal with. Yes.
All right, well, there you go, chat. Mojo believes that mostly all of these minorities, they're solved for. Good job. This is why social policies cannot be dictated by
legally speaking
by
they mostly
because
are.
Because then you have people like this that believe that.
But see, then you have conservatives that want to discriminate because you guys aren't conservatives.
We've done
you
this.
don't
Okay,
because
you're
you don't
Martin Luther
because you
King
guys
now.
aren't because you guys aren't conservatives. You don't want to discriminate, but the conservatives do want to discriminate.
Okay, you've abolished slavery mostly. You've abolished racism mostly.
That's irrelevant to the discussion.
Well, this is exactly what you said.
No, this is irrelevant to the discussion.
Oh, okay. Well, you took it there, right? Social
no, I didn't
policies
take
is what
it
you
there.
guys believe in.
You're the one who brought up the Civil Rights Act. What the fuck is wrong with you, Easy? You can't remember what you just said, much less what was said 10 minutes ago. You were so bad at this.
You said that social policies, right, can be dictated by the government.
They are.
Insofar as it relates to the government, what do we pass policy for? Okay, is it not to impact the people?
What the fuck kind of stupid ass question is that?
Is it not for the people? Okay.
What are you talking about?
If you're saying that this social policy, it is only for how we dictate with the government, it doesn't have this impact to the people, then what the
I don't
fuck
even
is
know
the
what
point
the
of
fuck you're
government?
talking about, Easy. You're not even speaking English right now.
Okay, all right. I think you're running away, dude.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Mojo.
If somebody else wants to explain this to me in English, I'll take it.
Mojo, if I choose to live a pro-life lifestyle because that's what I believe.
Lifestyle? How is a pro-life a fucking lifestyle? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hear me out. If a person chooses to live a pro-life lifestyle...
What does that mean? What is a pro-life lifestyle?
As in they don't believe in AB, right? But then they recognize that they live in a society where the choice has to be there because there are circumstances in which it needs to be readily available and accessible for women, right?
Then
Does
you vote
that
for
make
Democrats.
them a liberal?
Yes, then you vote for Democrats.
No, that doesn't make them a liberal. That
Yes,
means
you
that
vote
they
for
have
Democrats.
conservative values personally, but they
But
realize
you're voting against it, though. You're
that
saying that
in society
But
there needs to be the choice. That doesn't make them a liberal. That doesn't make them a Democrat.
It does. It absolutely fucking does. As a matter of fact, that's a pivotal choice. As a matter of fact, that's a pivotal choice right there.
One at a time.
Pivotal choice. The pivotal choice because people think that government influences people's policy, people's lives in this way where they can change their perception in what is right and wrong. But this isn't the case.
This isn't about perception. This is about law and government.
Okay, law and government. And isn't the law and government supposed to be what? For the people?
So would
you ask the dumbest fucking questions?
Well, okay,
Jesus fucking Christ.
You think you can dictate socially what is acceptable, Mojo?
Yes. You can throw people in jail if they go against it. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's the issue. Okay. You throwing somebody in jail is not going to stop somebody from being racist.
Would
you throwing somebody in jail is not going to stop somebody from doing an AB if they really wanted.
Would you make the argument that the Republican Party is not conservative due to them trying to pass social policy in the sake of, like, pro-life coercion?
I don't really care. Remember, social policies are not really how I define, like, if somebody's going to be social or liberal. This is just going to be from, like, economically. If they take a stance that is, quote unquote, fiscally conservative, right, then that's what makes you a conservative.
Well, what is conservatism to you, then? Yeah, like, how would you define conservatism?
Just say small government.
Okay. I mean,
this is
where do you get that idea of conservatism from, though? Because, just definitionally.
Well, it's going to be...
Or is it like just kind of, or like your vernacular?
I think this is pretty widely accepted, even from like a general basis. Like you would say that the conservative side represents like smaller government and fiscal conservatism, right? Like maybe you want to include balancing the budget, and then you can include like social stuff with that, right? But still, it's going to be smaller government, right?
Well, no, I mean, like conservatism is upholding traditional values, right?
Yeah, upholding traditional values. Yeah. And then what's traditional for like America is going to be an individual rights basis. It's going to be like our starting point.
Well, I mean, that depends on how far you go back, right? Like, how far back does a cultural tradition start?
Well, we'll just say that it's as far back as this country goes, 1776 or whatever. Yeah, and at least that starting point is going to be individual rights, man.
The consensus is about 40 to 60 years.
40 to 60 years?
The point that I'm making with this is, that's just the scientific consensus when it comes to like anthropology
how far you want to go for where you lie like on politics concerning like conservative versus liberal?
Well, I think
I don't even think that's the domain of anthropology. What?
Well, I mean, cultural anthropology, yeah, that's a branch of anthropology.
Yeah, you think that cultural anthropology is going to say, like, people, okay, when it comes to, like, conservatism, they're looking 40 years back?
I'm saying it takes 40 to 60 years for something to be culturally traditional.
Oh, okay, so then we can go as far back as 1776. I didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, when we look at the United States today, like, because the point that I'm making with this is I don't think the Republican Party is conservative. I think at this point they're a like far-right nationalist party. If you want to look at like what is conservative of like 20th century America, then I would say the Democratic Party is the conservative party. But I'm also not a Democrat. I'm not a conservative. So like I don't know. I just think it's an interesting conversation. Like, and it goes back to the conversation that we had before about subjectivity. I don't think conservatism really means anything. And
wait a second.
It's just
I think smaller government is values. Like you can deny it all you want. Smaller government is conservative.
No, I mean subjectively you think that.
The Democrats expanded government. They expanded the budget. They expanded spending. Like, what are we talking about here?
Okay, so did Republicans.
Yeah, we're not that's why we're arguing with Donovan that Trump is not a conservative.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I don't think Trump's a conservative either. But I think the term conservative is extremely subjective. Because, like, what you're saying is conservative, what, like, you believe is conservative, like, hasn't existed.
I think ideologies can be subjective in the sense that a lot of people can have differing opinions within the ideology.
If I was a monarchist, would I be, like, if I wanted the economy to be based off of, like, monarchy and mercantilism, would that make me a conservative?
In Europe in like the 18th century, sure, 17th century.
Well, I mean, Easy even said 1776. That's the 18th century.
Yeah, but now you're blurring the lines between American politics and European politics.
Well, I mean, when did American politics start?
No, I'm saying like you're blurring the line between the two.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? Well, technically,
Stargazer, would you mind muting just in between because we get like that that sound after Pallet says something and it's really funny, but it is a little distracting. Sorry.
Yeah, because if you want to go just by European definition, then the only thing that would be quote unquote right wing is just the monarch. Everything else is left.
Well, no, I don't think right wing and conservatism are one and the same.
Well, I think it changes based on, like, I think this is the problem, right? Like,
I mean, that's the point that I'm making. It changes. It's subjective. Like, I think the idea of
elastic.
Like you and Donovan can both argue that you're both conservatives. It's a subjective definition.
No,
based on
now you're
I think it already gave you individual rights. I don't even know why we're doing this. Like smaller government, so that it's like digestible for you guys. But individual rights is just like the right wing.
I don't even like wings. I think we should just get rid of it and just say what the ideology is and not try to assign it to a wing.
I 100% agree with that, Mr. Galt.
Yeah.
I 1,000% agree with that.
I think you should just assign an ideology. Who cares what wing it's on?
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, but we live in a two-party system.
You're just saying that because fascism is left wing.
We live in a two-party system, though. That's the problem. So when you do that, you try.
I think that you should correct Easy.
Okay, never mind.
With what he's saying right now.
I think he's just.
Fascism is collectivism. What do you mean?
How is fascism collectivism?
Yeah, I mean they believe in like a sort of state body, okay, that represents the supreme will of the people.
What's
so
the beeping?
I don't like where my seatbelt. Give me a second.
Fuck.
Well, he's beeping.
If that's the case, then authoritarianism is individualism.
How?
Yeah, that's not the case. So like it depends on what you're talking about. On collective side,
you are 100% right.
We were talking about collectivism, right? Listen.
It completely depends on how you view it.
Well, when you're talking about authoritarian, but I'm saying like fascism, right, is left wing because of collectivism, and you wanted me to expound upon that. Do you disagree about the collective part?
Yeah, I disagree about it.
They're not collective at all, really.
No, I would not say with that at all.
Okay. Based off of what?
I think that the idea of collectivism is rooted in the idea of a group of people self-governing. Fascism as a whole is a small group of people dictating social and economic policy to the masses.
Oh, what do you mean? Okay. This doesn't mean like one vote, one.
Easy. 1 moment, if you could hold on to that thought. I'm so sorry, but I do need to make a quick commercial. If you guys could please tap the screen, share the live. There's 130 people approximately in this live, and we only have 7K view or 7K likes. So if you could please do us a favor, again, tap the screen, do the daily heart me, and then give the panelists, give Mojo. He has a gift goal up top, so do
it's
all
big.
the things. And
you can just send roses or whatever
it's
too.
Big. Yeah, you can just send whatever, but...
Alan, do you think China is collectivist?
Okay, thanks, Easy. I guess I was done.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm not like super well versed in Chinese politics, but yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, so they have voting. They also have like one party, eventually. One party system that rules. So a small group of people like rule over, I don't know, the largest population country in this world. So they are collectivist, yet you're saying that collectivism is like, when everybody votes and whatever. But they also fit within that definition you just said. So what is this contradiction? Can you like tell me?
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, maybe my definition doesn't even work. No, I wouldn't say that it's a one-size-fits-all thing. Again, it's subjective. Like, you think in black and white, and that's not how the world works. The world works in a shade.
You think definitions in this case are subjective?
Yeah.
You think definitions are... Okay, so let's say if something is written down, right? All right. That thing that we're reading from, this is subjective.
Yeah, are you a liberal?
Am I a liberal?
Yep.
No.
Why not?
Well, I'm not a liberal because it doesn't fit into the context of how we would define a liberal.
Okay, so the definition's subjective.
No, the definition is not subjective.
Oh, no. I mean, Galt, you would consider yourself a liberal, right?
Classical liberal, sure.
Okay, yeah. And I mean, I'm talking about like the following.
Would you consider yourself a classical liberal?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Okay, so you think the individual should be subjugated by some sort of outside collective?
No, I think that a group of individuals make the collective.
Well, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm saying, do you think a majority group of people should subjugate the individual?
No.
By the way, fascism believes the same thing, Pallet.
Right.
Individuals make the collective.
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're getting back to what y'all guys all
you
just make.
I don't think you're really good at solipsism.
You make other people's points for them, and that's not what I'm saying at all.
Yeah, but
you're not good at solipsism.
First of all, fascism rejected liberalism. You know that, right? In the classical sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so did monarchies.
Yeah, and so did socialism.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, does one equal two? Two things are not the same.
No, but I'm just saying definitionally, like liberalism, classical liberalism is in favor of the individual. All of the other isms that we've named is a group of collective individuals coming together to subjugate the individual.
No, that's not what I advocate for.
What do you advocate for?
Me and you have had this conversation before.
Yeah, you want a group of individuals to come together and be individuals?
Come again, sorry, my coworker was saying something to me. What'd you say?
Yeah, so you want a group of individuals to come together and be individuals?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you reject classical liberalism then?
Oh, I mean, I don't agree with capitalism.
It's not even capitalism.
Yeah, but classical liberalism, like on the train of like post-Enlightenment thought, is grounded in capitalism. I mean,
No, I think Locke grounded. I think Locke came before Smith. Somebody can correct me.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
So liberalism came first, and liberalism was the destruction of the patriarch. That was the point of it. To be an individual, to separate yourself from a state apparatus. That was the point of liberalism. To be an individual, not be part of a collective. And in this sense, it would be a collective that had some sort of divine right or divine rule. And that's what liberalism stood for. Within the family as well.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that.
Oh, you don't? So you think we should be?
No, I think that capitalist thought definitely shaped.
This isn't capitalism, bro. This is the destruction of the patriarch.
No, I'm saying that like post-Enlightenment thoughts of liberalism, along with capitalism, are one and the same. These two things.
You're smuggling in capitalism. That's
Wait a second, Galt.
So capitalism is just a system that upholds individual rights.
I'm trying to say something real quick. Thank you.
This is how we define it.
Dr. Galt, are you saying that you are concerned with the patriarchy being dismantled?
No, I'm saying that liberalism was the thing or the thought that was the destruction of the patriarch. So to reject liberalism would be, I guess, the opposite, which would be in favor of the patriarch.
No, again, you're thinking in black and white. I mean, do you think that liberalism, like if you define liberalism and capitalism as two separate, like, ideological thought trains, do you think that they're the end of history?
Well, capitalism is just an economic system, right? I don't think what you're doing is truly...
No, but you can intertwine capitalism with the patriarchy.
That's not what I said.
Wait.
Yeah, no, you just said, yes, you said that it was a...
I said one is an ideology, the other one is an economic system. The economic system can fold under...
Yeah, but under capitalism, and there is an ideology within capitalism that favors the patriarchy. True
Which
or not
one?
True?
What?
Which one?
No. There is no ideology. That would be derivative of, if anything.
Which one, CS, are you talking about? Which ideology?
The ideology of that in capitalism, there has been a favoritism towards a certain group of individuals. Which shall not be named because I'll be called a blue-haired liberal, but we all know it's fucking true. That this is insane. Like, it's insane to argue the fact that you can't separate the patriarchy with capitalism.
No, I think actually the patriarchy stems from a collective behavior, which, again, if you look at Americans and how they're subjugated, is usually through central planning, which is antithetical to capitalism. So when we want to talk about upholding the patriarchy, it's actually quite the opposite, CS, because the patriarchy, as John Locke talked about it, and really destructed the argument. So if we're saying that capitalism and liberalism are combined in definition, fine, I'll grant you that, which just simply means that liberalism goes against the patriarchy, therefore capitalism does go as well.
So Galt, when did John Locke say that?
Say what?
Exactly what you just said.
The date,
exactly
I don't know. I'm transporting. I don't have a memory of dates.
You got a decade, maybe?
Yeah. No. It was way earlier than that.
So I don't remember when the second treatise was written. Maybe you can tell me.
Yeah, I will in 1 second when I get back to my computer. But what I'm saying is that's outdated. And again, my argument will still stand
outdated?
That you cannot. It is outdated, and it will still stand that the patriarchy cannot be separated from capitalism. We see.
Can you tell me what Locke's argument was in like a summary, why it's outdated?
You brought that up, so you could probably summarize it for me. But
Sure.
you're dropping names, so I don't think you know, and I think you're just dropping names to drop fucking names. So go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. So I think what Locke was attempting to do is use the Bible, and you can correct me wrong because you're the Christian. So he was using the Bible, and he was making.
Easy. I'm sorry that you said me.
Yeah. No, not you. Yeah. So I think what Locke was attempting to do is he was making an argument against the current regime. I think his name was Filmer, who was the king at the time. And he was making an argument against divine rule. And he was also making an argument about the relationship between the father, the child, and the mother. And he was attempting to do so by using the author being God, to make an argument that both the king and the father in the household don't have divine rule from Adam and Eve, that they have control and sole ownership over the people, and the father has control over the family. So he was sort of deconstructing that relationship by using the Bible, making an argument that ownership of the king is not divine right, and that the people should be free. And he was also making an argument within the household that there should be equal ownership between husband and wife. That's what he was deconstructing. So if you're saying that's outdated, I'm confused.
No, I agree with that.
Okay.
But some of the other arguments that you were saying, I disagree with. And
which one?
Yeah, I honestly, I'm sorry, I'm not tracking the conversation as well as I should be. But what had made me come off mute and wanted me to enter the conversation is, again, you're trying to separate patriarchy and capitalism, and they cannot be separated.
Well, I think if liberalism is what destroyed the patriarchal system within the monarch, and capitalism is an extension of that, economically speaking, I guess I'm confused.
Okay, so can you tell me how many? And listen, I'm just gonna get right to it, and it's gonna trigger some people, but I don't give a shit at this point. Can you tell me? And I think the patriarchy has also been oh, you know what? Let me ask this question first. Who leads the patriarchy? What do you think the patriarchy is?
Yeah, white socialist men in government.
Cool. So how many white men are at the top or at the helm of companies in a capitalist system?
I'm talking about the structure being built in government. I'm not talking about people in society. I'm talking about government.
Why did you mention capitalism?
If I could even reduce this down.
Governmental system. Wait. Capitalism is not our governmental system. You admitted that just a minute ago.
Well, no. Capitalism is the relationship between the state and the economy, and it's giving you a philosophical framework on how the state should intervene or not intervene, or how its role in the economy is. That's all capitalism.
Under what framework would that government should be set up?
I don't think there was ever a claim of what the government should be, because at the time when Adams,
I'm just saying in the
there was no claim
in the grand what we're going back to, when I was saying liberalism and capitalism are intertwined. Would you advocate for a liberal government?
Well, again, I don't think when Smith wrote about the relationship between the monarch and the economy. I don't think he was making a claim that it should operate under a certain government. I think he was just making a claim on how the current government was operating within the current economic system and how it ought not do that.
Galt, you always take your ideas from a book. Like, stop taking them from authors. Look around your exact world and then build your own ideas.
That's what socialists do, though.
And listen. We can read all we want, and I encourage that. But also look around. And so I'm just going to tell you. Hold on one second, Easy. I'm just going to tell you.
Bad faith argument.
I'm going to tell you that 89% of Fortune 500 CEOs are men. White men remain the largest demographic among CEOs. A long-running diversity analysis found that white men held about 86% of Fortune 500 CEO positions in 2020, down from over 96% in 2000. So this is a recurring theme, and this was your definition.
You know what, CS? I'll grant you all that. I'll grant you all that. And will you then grant me that we've been operating under Keynesian economics, which is a socialist type framework since the early 19th century?
I don't think it's a socialist type framework. Honestly, economics is not something that I argue ever. I'm not well versed in it, but I do know about the patriarchy, and I do know about intersex. So I don't read the books that you read. I read different ones, and I'm well versed in technology, and I'm well versed in corporations because, I specifically service them. So I understand from that point of view, but I'm not going to argue economics and Keynesian.
It's not even economics. This is just central planning.
Keynesian is economics. Keynesian is economics. What the fuck?
You engaged in this debate, yes. You and now you're running. So you engaged, and now you're running.
I'm not running. I'm talking about the patriarchy and its involvement within.
Yeah, and I'm saying that the patriarchy.
You're running from that.
No, I'm not actually. I'll address your issue straight on. I'm saying that the central planning in this country, which is antithetical to capitalism, is what continues to hold up the patriarch.
How?
Yeah.
Wait, how?
We don't have to
Wait,
go
shut up,
into
Easy. Stop.
Ask this question.
Easy, stop. How? Go.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. So I would consider the income tax, the Federal Reserve, all of FDR policies, the welfare state, all of these things are the state apparatus that provide central planning to people. So, and all of those things, again, if we're going to say that they're socialism, as I've heard on this panel many times, and they're all rooted in Keynesian economic policies, then yeah.
Wait, hold on, Pallet. Go ahead, go.
Yeah, no, I would make the argument that if those are the systems that are creating inequality in this country, then those are the systems that are holding up the patriarch and allowing the rich to get rich. Like, we'd all agree the Federal Reserve creates rules for the rich white man.
But you're not talking about a patriarchy. But wait, hold on. Okay, so now you're having a problem because you're not talking about a patriarchy. You're just talking about inequality. This is specifically about men.
What CS brought up. I was addressing it.
She brought up it's the bullshit thing.
Wait,
hold on, stop.
Jesus fucking Christ.
One at a time.
But
hold on.
He brought up the inequality.
He said that.
I'm sorry. I am sorry, but the inequality between men and women in the economy, that's what she brought up. This is not about inequality between rich and poor. It's about inequality between men and women. When you're talking about the patriarchy, this is a gender difference or a gender basis, not an economic basis.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the tools that the white man uses to hold down women that are central planning and that are based and rooted in central planning. Do you
Could they do it with any tool?
Would they use it with central planning? Yes, like the
Could
Federal
they do
Reserve.
it with any tool? Could they do it by
So
force?
the Federal Reserve is the reason I can't have an abortion?
Yes.
Jesus
and the Fed, Messi.
This is
No.
See, okay, you're right. You're right, CS. You're right, CS. He doesn't understand the argument. He is not arguing against it. He's just moving into some bullshit that has nothing to do with it.
CS, I've been asking a few times, can I engage with just a little bit? So, no books necessary, but I want to reduce down what the patriarchy ultimately gets to. Okay. Sure. Okay. What is the patriarchy? Ultimately, what is it reduced down to?
Yeah, so that's what I asked Galt because I wanted to know exactly from his standpoint. Would
you agree that the patriarchy is just going to be force?
Is what?
Force.
Forced?
Yeah, force. FORCE.
Yeah, Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, I think it is a system that exists, and I think it's like, it's men, especially like fathers or people who are looked up to as like gendered of male. They hold primary power. They are the authority in political
because they hold
structures, property ownership, religion, and like a lot of things that we encounter in our day-to-day basis.
Because they hold the power of force, right?
Hold on, I'm sorry. I brought up the fact that I think it was 80% or something like that right now are white men who hold positions in Fortune 500 companies as CEOs. Why is it
but the patriarchy holds the power of force, right?
Yes.
Okay, so like men versus women, all right, they hold the power of force, therefore they have this like, I don't know, thing where they, you want to say oppress, or they kind of like dictate what is and what isn't, right? If that's the case, right, wouldn't government also, because that's the monopoly of force, isn't that a structure of the patriarchy? Okay, so if that is the case, right, when you say capitalism is patriarchy, you would say anything with the government and the use of force is also patriarchy. Are you an anarchist?
Anything with the use of force is the patriarchy?
Well, this is what we reduced it down to, right? Force is going to be patriarchy, right?
No. Hold on one second. Don't try to pigeonhole this.
I'm not pigeonholing anything. You've already admitted to the reduction, right?
Oh my God, this is such a debate, bro. Fucking tactic. We're not.
This is actually legitimate, and I'm not using any books.
It's not, because force can't be the argument, because if she puts I don't know, if she puts a pew pew to your head, she is forcing you to do something, and that would not be patriarchy.
It doesn't matter. That would be representative
force is not
of the monopoly of force.
Force is not patriarchy.
What you think, that women can't be masculine? Huh?
Force is not patriarchy.
You think that women can't be masculine?
Force is not patriarchy. Patriarchy is not force. No, it's not.
CS.
I just proved to you that it wasn't. With one example, I proved to you it's not.
I didn't prove anything.
I did too. Because she could put a pew pew to your head. Because she could put a pew pew to your head and force you to do something as well. So this has nothing to do with the control of men over women.
Okay, the actor, right? The agent, regardless of whether it's men or women, the force is like agreed upon here. So now, when we analyze men and women, okay, would we say that
you're
men
getting
are
nowhere
force?
easy? You're just fucking digging yourself deeper into the fucking idiotic hole.
You just let CS answer because you think you know this argument. You don't.
I will agree with you there. Can we not agree on that? It's systemic.
It's systematic enforcement.
Do you want to know? Hold on one
Better
second.
said.
I want you to get in here. You're next. Absolutely. So I apologize for interrupting. But I want to mention, do you think that it is like very inconvenient for me to make the argument that there has never been a woman president?
That's because of that's because the government itself is a monopoly of force, right?
No, that would be.
I mean, we would have to have women have the force to be able to.
That would be the patriarchy, and we.
Patriarchy is going to be. So what do you think patriarchy is? Just like the existence of men? Hold on. Do you think that it's the existence of men?
No, I know what the patriarchy is.
What is it?
I just told you.
Patriarchy is not simply the existence of men.
Hold on.
It's when we look at.
Hold on. I'll do it again. I'll do it again, Easy. If you want me to. I mean, if you want to keep talking, I won't interrupt you. Go ahead. But then I'm going to answer your question.
All right. It's not simply the existence of men, as Mojo is trying to do this. We're analyzing, all right, the relationship between men and women. All right. Why is it that we have this thing that we call patriarchy? What makes this different? And then it leads to this sort of system, this system of oppression, whatever. It's going to be because men are aggressive, and they resort to force to be able to dictate what is allowed. And then women are more social, right? They would be less aggressive in that instance, and they would resolve things socially, correct?
I think that you have a very wild misunderstanding of what the patriarchy is.
You think what I said was wrong?
Listen, I'm
not talking about the patriarchy. I'm reducing it down.
Hey, I let you go on, Easy. Are you going to let me talk?
Okay.
All right, thank you. So, I don't think you have a grasp on what the patriarchy actually is. And so again, it's mostly social. Like, this is what happens. And like, men control government. Women for a very long time couldn't vote or own their own property.
Easy.
Hey,
why couldn't they?
Don't fucking do that.
Easy,
Shut up. No,
easy.
stop.
I don't know why you have to interrupt me.
I'm just asking, why couldn't they?
Just stop. Shut up.
And so what's happened today, right? That leads to how we've had to try to get ahead a little bit. We've had to work a little bit harder. We have pay gaps. We have misrepresentation in leadership. Again, I've noted 80% of Fortune 500 CEOs are male. We have expectations around like taking care of the household. And not only now, we are starting to live up or out earn the men in our lives. There's also beauty standards that like fall upon us that don't fall upon you guys. Like, this is the patriarchy. So I think that
Can you just tell me why women couldn't vote?
Can I tell you why women couldn't vote?
Yeah.
Because men wouldn't allow them to vote.
Okay, through what?
Through the system. The system of
you think the system just like came out of nowhere?
So
no,
I think I know
it just came out of the ether? Okay.
No, it's the political system that set it up that way.
So give me a chance.
You think it was because of the political system? Really?
You're making my argument for me.
Okay, how do systems come to place?
And you want to know what's
just out of the ether?
No, you want to know? Yeah, it did. I think.
Really? You think that it came out of the ether?
Do you want to ask me a question and let me answer, or do you want to interrupt me?
No, you think that things came out of the ether?
I'll give you the space. I'll give you the space to look like an idiot.
So easy. Let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
No, two Sabes. We're not done here. I'm not done here. Do you know what the patriarchy actually translate and where its root comes from?
Well, the etymology?
Yeah.
Does that matter?
It does.
Why does it matter?
I'll give you a clue. It's rooted in Greek.
Why does that matter? Don't you think that it's rooted in? Don't you think it's rooted in like there being two genders? Don't you think that it's rooted in there being two genders?
I have no idea what you're trying to pivot to.
Well, I'm not trying to point it to anything.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
Patriarchy can only exist if there's some sort of like two kind of opposing things, right?
All right, just so everybody knows,
that's not true.
The patriarchy, yeah.
Really? So it's one gender, you can still have patriarchy? At this point to what
he's saying, because it's such bullshit, and he's trying to pivot. So the meaning of the patriarchy, it's like mostly rooted in Greek language, and it means rule of the father. And so that is exactly what women experience. And I'm sorry that you don't want to ask questions on what women experience.
You think that just came out of the ether? It came down from like what God's dictate?
I think that men and women and humanity made it up. No, I think that this has been the system. I think this has been
They just agreed to it mutually?
In the language, yes, they did.
So you think that's the reason why the fathers, right? Why we had even though there are records of there being some matriarchies, right? Okay, it was just natural for them to agree that the father was going to rule. You think that's the case?
Yeah, that's what's been
really.
Happening.
So if it's natural, then why are you hating on it?
Because it's natural in human experience. It's natural in like if you can
so
violence.
This is what ought to be, right?
I'm not fucking done. Why the fuck do you think you can interrupt me every time I fucking speak? Easy, I let you speak.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let her speak, Easy, because I want to talk too, bro. Come on, see.
Thank you. And also, no, this is a system. This is a structure that's been set up by humans. This is exactly what has happened because there are a certain level of violence that people want to project into society. Yes, violence. Men are violent. Women are not as violent as men. So when, oh dear. So, yeah, he was interrupting a lot. So yeah, I mean, like, listen, this is how our structure is set up. I have absolutely brought every single fact that I could to you to tell you how it has been systemic against women and how the patriarchy is bullshit. But yeah, two sabes. I think.
Wait, before you do that, Carolina, can I get your age and who you voted for, please?
Oh, sorry, Caroline, I didn't see you.
Are you here, Carolina? I sent you
Yeah, sorry about that. I was talking to my brother. Yeah.
Can I get your age and who you voted for, please?
24, and I didn't vote, but I would have voted for Harris.
Okay.
Yeah, so so you have to understand the victimization that you're blaming these things on systematic. Yeah, I agree. But it's not to the point where you need to blame your positioning because of that per se. Like, I think men build the cage and I think women hold the keys. Like, women actually force this themselves too. Patriarchy. They actually enforce this themselves too, because they not only let's say with the American flag, right? You know what that represents, correct?
The fuck kind of
Do you know what that represents?
Just say what you want to say, man.
You should have left Easy on the panel. At least he was not defending the patriarchy. But go ahead.
So well, I'm not defending it, but I mean, I don't think women are victims of it either. I think women hold the keys on this cage that men build. Honestly,
Do you have the history on when women gained rights in the United States?
Why does that matter?
It matters a lot.
It does.
Why does that matter at all?
And
I
so
mean,
education is important.
You guys actually
I will educate you if
tuck
you want.
us in on this patriarchy. You guys tuck us in. You guys
I'm
make
really
us
getting
comfortable
fucking
doing
tired of being blamed for shit that we didn't do. Can I have
Well,
a big
you
screen for 1
guys
second,
you
please?
guys
No,
are
please
with
stop.
it. You guys
I'm really
forced
getting
it.
tired of being blamed by
Who
men
is this lady,
for
dude?
us wanting to have equal rights
She
and
is
be
more
treated
important
with
than you on the panel,
equality
so be
and
here.
equity.
She's more important than me. All right, yeah. Well, in the
Can I have
panel,
a big screen for
correct?
just 1 second,
obviously.
please?
I didn't finish with what I was saying. So you guys blame this whole systematic bullshit and all that. No, you guys actually contributed to this. You actually folded that American flag. You guys ironed it. You guys made it and tucked it in.
So I want to ask
Right?
you
So you guys forced it as much as the men did.
This is a baseline.
So stop fucking victimizing.
Stop. Let her talk. Holy fuck.
We're all gonna have a conversation here. So Yatu Sabes, I just want a baseline, and I want to ask: do you think that there was ever a period in time where a man could grape his wife?
Maybe they don't define as grape that back then. They didn't define it as grape.
No. So do you think that there was ever a period in time where a man forced himself upon a woman that he was married to, and that would be okay under law?
Are you referring to women that are married don't want to have sex with their husbands?
Sure. Do you think that's okay to force?
I don't think it's okay to enforce yourself. That's what will be something else. That has nothing to do with systems.
Yeah. So do you know that was legal up until the 1970s?
No, it was 1993. It's 1993, CS. 1990.
Right, you're telling me that husbands have the right?
It wasn't federally illegal across all 50 fucking states until 1993.
All right. So let me get this straight. Let me understand this. So you're telling me till 1993?
Yeah.
A husband had the right to actually force themselves sexually.
It sounds crazy. I know. Trust me. I get it.
All right.
It's
So
hard
you
to
would
come
have
from
to.
fucking
You
heads,
would have to
but
bring
that's
this
the
up.
truth. And I'm sorry.
No, you would have to prove it to me.
You want me to prove it to you? I'll fucking prove it to you. I'll also prove you some other dates if you'd like to know them.
So let me ask you a question.
I have it right here, and why I mentioned the 1970s, because it was a states' right rule.
So do these women have the right?
I'll tell you, Yatu Sabes, can you give me a second just to explain it to you? So before the 1970s, most U.S. states had marital rape exemption, meaning husbands could generally not be prosecuted for raping their wives. This idea traced back to 17th century English legal doctrine. This was the Matthew Hale jurist rule.
Yeah, 17th century, right.
And so 1970s and the 1980s, they gradually began removing exemptions. And then in 1993, Messi is absolutely correct, marital rape became illegal in all 50 states, at least formally.
Okay, so in 1993, wives were illegal to even accuse their husbands of rape.
Yeah,
that's what you're telling me.
Yeah, and you know what? And
I don't believe that shit.
Do you know that we weren't in 1969 is when we were allowed to initiate divorce from our husbands? 69. I don't know if you knew that.
Hold on.
And in 1910, they decided that we could wear pants. I kind of wish they would take that one back. I fucking hate wearing pants.
I fucking hate pants, man. I'll take a dress over pants every day.
Right.
Why did we fight for that?
It's just hard for me to believe that a woman cannot charge a man for grape by 1993.
I know.
And I want to see this. I want to see this proven to me. I can shut the fuck up.
What do you need? Hold on. Don't tell anyone to shut the fuck up, or I will drop your.
No, I said so I could shut the fuck up.
No, you need to shut the fuck up for 1 second.
What's wrong with her, dude? Did she not hear me?
Yes, he said so. He can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, she's triggered. This is the problem.
Yeah, I am. Because
one thing that you're missing. Can I just say this, please? One thing that you're missing is that what Messi is referencing, that 1993, is that it was a federal thing. So some states might have passed it, but not all 50 states. That's the point she's making.
And that's what I said too. I said
that's a stupid point. That's a dumb point.
No, it's not.
Hold on. Right,
it's a dumb point.
Why is it a dumb point?
Any woman could accuse any man. Doesn't matter marital status.
You could accuse a man of whatever. What do you need to see to make you believe that? Because this is
so you would have to prove to me that a woman cannot actually accuse a man. I don't care what status they have. That they cannot accuse another man of grape. Prove that to me.
It's not about accusing. It was legal. So if they if they accuse
women had the right to accuse them. It wouldn't matter. No. But women had the right to accuse them, though.
So, let's pull back 1990, right? So let's pull back 1990. So a man, whether he's my husband or not, forces himself upon me, and I accuse him. That's illegal. What was not legal was any kind of repercussions or any kind of court would say, hey, this man's going to serve some time for assaulting you. It would just be like, hey, I could say that, but nothing's going to happen as a result.
So the accusation is legal. So after the accusation, in legal terms, there's no repercussions. That's what you're telling me?
No repercussions. No.
Prove that to me.
Now for rape.
Prove that to me.
How do you want me to prove that to you?
I don't know. You're the one who stated this.
I just have. What source would you like? Like, what looks good to you?
No, anything that looks normal, not even good, normal. That I could say, hey, she has facts.
Cool.
It's hard for me to believe that you cannot accuse a man of that.
I will bring.
And there's no repercussions after it. It doesn't make sense.
Look, give me 1 second. I will pull up an article or anything.
It's like you're telling me, Steve, that it's legal. You see, what you're telling me, it was legal to grape your wife in 1993. That's what you're saying.
Correct. In 1992.
Okay, let's go again. Let's say this again. It was legal to grape your wife in 1993. You're stating yes, right?
I'm looking up the exact.
Okay, that's what you need to look up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yes, and I'm telling you that, but I'm looking up the exacts because you don't believe the facts that I'm bringing to you. Everything that I'm telling you. So 1992.
It would have to say it's legal to do that.
Yes. Hold on. I know Mojo hates this, but was rape in marriage legal?
You don't have to type it. You don't have to.
Right here. I have it right here. I got it right.
Yeah, it's legal to grape your wife.
Ready? As of July 5th, 1993, marital grape was officially criminalized in at least one section of sexual offense code in all 50 states.
Okay, hold on. That does not answer my question. What I want is, was it legal to grape your wife in 1993? Don't tell me they made it.
The law came into effect in 1993, so June 1993.
It doesn't make it unlawful though. Just because it wasn't a law, it doesn't make it unlawful.
No, hold on, you're wrong. And
what do you mean I'm wrong?
Do you want to see this? Legality of marital rape before 1992 in the U.S. So before 1992, marital rape was not universally illegal in the United States. In fact, hold on, I'm not done. For most of history, it was considered legal exception to rape laws, rooted in English common law
that had treated marriage as a contract of sexual access.
When was this? See?
Wait, when was this?
Yeah. Like when you just stated that it was legal to grape your wife.
Check this out.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes.
Here we go. Right here. Yes. Pre-1970s. 1970.
Pre-1970s. And what states? In what state?
Marital grape was legal in every U.S. state. 1974, it began the process. 1975, Michigan, Delaware, South Dakota, and Nebraska became the first states to begin outlawing it.
It finally became a law in all 50 states in 1993. Right. So it became law. So you're telling me till 1993 it was still legal to grape your wife in some states.
Can you see my screen? Yatu Sabes. So, legality of marital rape before 1992 in the U.S. This is the title. And this is from Wikipedia.
Anything could happen before 1992.
Yep, and so there's more. But it says, before 1992, marital rape was not universally illegal in the United States. In fact, for most of the U.S. history, it was considered legal exception to rape laws, rooted in English common law, and I'm fucking sad I have to repeat this, that treated marriage as a contract for sexual access. So basically, what the law said before that was that if you get married, that you are consenting to have a man have access to your body no matter what. So yes,
there has to be gray areas in those fucking laws.
So
there has to be.
So listen,
yes, there is.
It can be plain.
Let me give you those gray areas right here. I got them.
You're saying.
I got some gray areas for you. While illegal everywhere, some states still have loopholes or exemptions that threaten marital grape as a lesser crime than non-marital rape.
And that came from the 1962 model penal code, which also repeated the exemption. So historically, many U.S. rape laws explicitly define rape as a forced sex act with a woman, not his wife, which created the rape exemption in a lot of states. And it wasn't until even in Ohio in 2024, they're still closing loopholes in some states that are allowing men to get away with still abusing their fucking wives.
Like I said, there's a gray area between that, and it's not getting away.
It's not. There's no. You want to see it. I don't know why, but you do.
There's no way. There's no way that there's not a gray area in between
your brain around. I get that. I do. I really understand. It's a hard thing to fucking grasp, but it's fucking reality. It's what's fucking happening. This is where we are today. This is where we're at. We're here right now, and you need to either realize it and help us fucking fix it and stop it, or you can continue fighting against us because it hurts your fucking little ego to think that men have been fucking nasty through the fucking existence they've been here.
Well, no, I don't deny that. I'm just saying you guys actually contributed to that.
How?
Yes.
How did we contribute to allowing our husbands to get away with raping us? Tell me how I contributed to allowing my husband to get away with raping me.
I never told you. Relax. I never told you that.
Don't tell me.
I don't think you are.
I'm so relaxed.
I never said you contributed to getting raped.
Yes, you
never
did.
said that. I said you contributed to the force that's going on in this systematic enforcement nowadays instead of being a natural order, right? You guys cannot look at the difference between a natural order and a systematic enforcement. Okay, so you guys naturally accepted this force because you actually agreed.
You are fucking crazy. Who the fuck raised you? Where is your mama? I need to talk to her right now.
Hold on. Hey,
you're not talking to my mom. You're not worth talking to my mom.
How the fuck are you justifying this right now? Please,
who's justifying grape? I'm not justifying grape. I still don't believe you cannot be held accountable for grape. That's bullshit. There's a gray area.
Let me tell you this story. Listen to this story. You're gonna love it. His name's
you're
Robert
gonna tell me
Morris.
Those stories you want.
His name's Robert Morris. He was Donald Trump's spiritual advisor his first term. He was convicted of raping a 12-year-old and got served 12 years of sentence. And guess what? He just got out after 6 months.
guess what? I know you don't want to believe this, but they are still, this justice system that we are living in currently is still letting men and young men get away with raping women and young girls because of their bright future they might fucking have. I'm so fucking sorry that you don't like to hear that, because maybe you personally would not go rape a child or a woman or your wife, but people are doing that. And you are not helping us in any fucking way, shape, form, or fashion to fucking stop it.
Yeah, you're screaming for no reason. So there's repercussions to that.
I think there's reason to be mad. Tusabes, go ahead. The floor is yours.
There will be reason to be mad if I approved of this graping, right? Okay. I don't. The conversation is that you guys are saying that there's no repercussions to it, and there is.
I just explained to you there's not.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so 1993 is the date that they brought up. I'm sitting here looking around for different cases. This is a particular case from 1975. It was tried in 1981, or went through the whole process by 1981. So this Justia U.S. law case where they talk about it was in 1981. It does say defendant moved to dismiss the rape charge on the grounds that he was legally married to the victim at the time of the incident. The trial judge reluctantly granted the motion. He believed that the common law included a marital exemption from the crime of rape, which was implicitly incorporated into the state's statutory definition of rape from the early revolutionary times to the present. Although the trial judge expressed unequivocal disapproval of such an rule of law, he considered it to be prerogative of the legislature to change it. The state appealed the dismissal of the rape count, which affirmed the judgment of the trial court, stating there is ample reasonable cause to believe that the common law rule excluding a husband from a statute condemning rape is heretofore obtained in New Jersey, and for no other reason than that, because the rule did exist at common law and has not been abrogated here by legislation or judicial decision. So they removed the rape charge from this particular case because the couple was married. And this was a case from 1975, and it was tried and ultimately concluded in 1981. So this is a case that shows you that marital rape was allowed as late as
it was trialed. It wasn't allowed.
It was allowed. Yes, the court said it was allowed. In the ruling, the court said that marital rape is allowed because it's not considered rape.
Yeah, Tusabes, you know what I do when I know that.
Yeah, it's not 1993.
No.
Yeah, but this is 1981 though. This is 1981.
And there's circumstances. There has to be reasoning, because they're probably
the reasoning was. I just read the reasoning is because it's been part of common law in the United States of America since the foundation. That's the reasoning they gave.
And so we've all wrapped our head around this, and I don't think you can, Tusabes. And what I do is when I find myself on the losing end of an argument that I can't defend, I just keep gaslighting, and I feel like that's what's happening. So, if you could,
no, it's not gaslighting. It's just
you could please accept our evidence and maybe argue against the evidence that Mojo just brought up, because it was proven in a court of law that a woman could be legally raped because under marriage laws in that time, it was acceptable.
It's not a law. You can. It's not written in law that it's legally that it's legally approved to rape a fucking woman. No, I'm not conceding to that.
What we're telling you, and you can do this research on your own. But we've brought all the research we can to you. What we're telling you is that in that time period, yes, it absolutely was. It was not illegal, and it was under contract law, because if you are married to someone, it is the assumption that you will have sexual intercourse with that woman, and that was the basis of the legal ramifications.
Were these accusations actually did they hold water?
Just stop.
These accusations, not all of them hold water. You know that, right?
So, Messi CS, I love you, but you're explaining the rules of chess to somebody who can only comprehend checkers. Let's just move on.
Yeah,
I want to bring up.
Saying that graping is legal.
I would like to blow Tusabes' mind by telling him that in 1962, domestic violence cases were no longer ever tried in a criminal court. They were moved to family court, so it was impossible
for women to have like someone who had harmed them physically, not grape, punch them in the face to be criminalized. So it was just family court. It was just like, hey, let's work this out.
Therapy. Yeah.
Saying that
Therapy
after 1993, though? Are you saying that after 1993, though, there still persists the issue of this?
Continued closing of loopholes, even in the 2010s, 2020, including Minnesota in 2019 and Ohio in 2024. People versus Liberta struck down New York's marital rape exemption as unconstitutional, and this happened in... England and Wales until it was overturned by this would continue to be accepted as a statement of the law in the England of Wales until it was overturned by the House of Lords in the case of RBR in 1991, where it's described as an anachronistic and offensive legal fiction. So it started in the 1970s, like we said, Michigan, Delaware, South Dakota, 77, Nebraska, 1975. Some laws in the 70s required the husband and wife to no longer be living together for marital rape charges to be brought. The case in the United States that first challenged this cohabitation clause was Oregon versus Rideout in 1978. In this case, the husband was accused of raping his wife, the first man in the United States to be charged with raping his wife while they were still living together. The trial was the first in Oregon relating to marital rape since the state revised its rape laws in 1977 to eliminate the marital rape immunity. Although the husband was acquitted of raping his wife, it spurred the movement towards the reform. Many American states have begun to follow persecution for marital and cohabitation rape. Yes, I can continue to go on. There's Alabama, 1986.
So I actually researched this shit. And you guys are totally fucking wrong, and you guys are gaslighting.
Are you kidding me right now?
So first of all, there wasn't any laws about rape. That word rape was actually substituted by assault.
You're a fucking idiot.
Wait. That proves our point, Sabi. That means that you could only be charged with assault for raping your wife.
Yeah, which was clarified as rape.
No, it was not. There was no clarification.
Yes, it was.
There's a difference between assault.
You guys are gaslighting me, dude.
Do you think there's a difference? Do you think
you guys are bullshitting?
Do you think? Why the fuck? Do you think that there's a difference between assault and rape?
Back then, there wasn't. Legally, things matter.
Do you see that that's a problem?
How is it a problem back then? It wasn't a problem back then. Assault and rape were the same thing.
Yet you don't see that as being a problem.
I mean, back then it wasn't, but it didn't make it illegal.
You're
Hold on. I got a whole bunch of people talking at the same time. But grape,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
grape wasn't.
I'd like to.
Grape wasn't a thing that was brought up into the legal system. It was already in bunches when it comes to assault.
Oh, it was, but not for husband and wife, though.
What are you talking about, bro?
It existed.
It's the same
husband
shit.
And wife.
You guys are gaslighting the fuck out of
these laws existed for people that did not.
Then fucking go.
God.
Clearly or not, you don't believe us. You think we're fucking crazy.
Yeah,
You're
because you guys
justified men raping their wives. What the fuck
Like
is wrong
I
with
actually
you?
researched this shit.
You actually researched nothing but your dick, I'm sure. Now,
well, yeah. I mean, that's your problem if you need one. But that's not mine.
I have plenty.
Yeah, two Sabes.
All right, you're the one mentioning it. I didn't.
I could only repeat myself one more time.
See, you gaslighted me.
How this,
and you know you did.
Yeah. Okay. So take this down, record this, screen record this, and let me tell you how that I'm going to tell you exactly what happened in the United States. So by 1993, all 50 states, so federally, it removed the form of marital rape exception. Mojo just brought you a case where there was an exception where someone had raped somebody.
What state was that?
And they were, I don't know. It was Mojo's case that he brought up. I'm sure.
I don't know. I can look it up, but why does it matter? This was from 1981.
I mean, you guys stated that
I'm not
grape.
Done yet? I'm not fucking done. So
you guys are triggered, bro.
Yeah,
because you're saying that men should be able to rape their wives.
Very difficult. I find it very difficult.
For no reason, because you guys gaslighted the conversation.
Yachi Sabes, you're not going to talk over me. Thank you. I won't mute you. I have the power to, but I won't. I don't use force. I don't fucking use force. Marriage in that time does not erase the requirement for consent. A spouse can legally commit sexual assault, rape, domestic violence, battery, or related crimes against their partner. And it was based on an old law of contract that if you get married, you can do this. And so in 1993, they changed that law because they knew that it was
Do you know why it became grape? Because they considered marriage a one person, flesh to flesh. That's why they considered it grape.
My body, my fucking choice. We are
So
separate people.
stop talking
You right
shit
there is just
and stop
proved our
gaslighting
point
me.
that we are not our own
Stop
individual fucking person.
gaslighting
That
the
we are now attached to
conversation.
you and your fucking property.
You're
as
losing
one
this
when you
shit.
get married, and that you can do whatever the fuck you want to with your property.
They listen.
Fuck
You're not
off.
listening.
All
You're
the
not
fucking way.
listening. She's not listening. They considered it grape because you guys were one flesh. A marriage was one flesh. That's what it was considered before. But other than that, it was assault back then.
So what you're saying by one flesh means that if I'm laying in bed and I'm uncomfortable and I don't want to have sex with someone,
That's not the point I'm giving
Hold on,
you.
I'm not done.
We're talking
And someone
about
says, I
the
need to have
charge
sex
of
right
the
now.
matter.
Hold on, I'm not done. And someone says, I need to have sex whether you like it or not, that makes it okay.
That's not what I'm talking about.
No,
You're
absolutely
moving
your
the
position.
goalpost again, and you're gaslighting me again.
No, so go ahead.
when was I
Restate
talking
your
about?
position.
I'm talking about legal terms. I'm not talking about what you're talking about, right? I'm not talking about moral-based bullshit. I'm talking about legal terms. You guys stated that it was legal to grape your wife, and you guys are bullshitting me.
It was.
No, it wasn't. Because grape wasn't even considered.
And
Listen,
legally,
Stop him. Hold on.
Assault
Hold on.
was
Stop
under
him.
grape
Stop him.
already.
Stop him. If it's not against the law to unalive somebody, is it legal?
I misinterpreted.
Wait, stop. I want an answer.
I kicked him off the panel.
I
mistook the stop from kick.
No.
I mean, stopped him.
All right.
Interpretation.
Well, while there's silence, you guys understand that he's projecting, right? When he was saying you're gaslighting, he was
that's all
gaslighting.
they do. That's all they do. That's all they fucking do.
But you took the bait.
Messy,
you
we
just
can't
kept
drop
feeding
them.
it.
Messy, don't drop them.
Well, I'm sorry. I do apologize for dropping him. He said stop, and it stopped. And maybe next time say muting.
It was a mute. But that's
kicking.
okay. It's okay. I understand.
I joined a little late in the convo, but I mean, I'm just trying to figure out if you're saying that after 1993, this is still a problem.
It is.
I mean, that's when it became federally.
It is. I just got through telling you that they're still closing loopholes up until 2024, last being Ohio. Yeah.
Meaning that the state still had
Loopholes for it, for people to get away from it. And I don't know if you heard me when I said that the first man that was prosecuted and tried for raping his wife was acquitted for raping his wife in 1977.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. So, but after 1993, though, I'm curious, which cases were you referring to?
After 1993, we have, let's see, New York Court Appeals, People versus Liberta. Judge Sol Watchler stated that, quote, a marriage license should not be viewed as a license for a husband to forcibly rape his wife with immunity. A married woman has the same right to control her own body as does an unmarried woman. And that was in 1984. In Alabama, the marital exception from the sodomy law, William versus State in 1986, from the rape law, Merton versus State in 1986, were found unconstitutional. And
again, I'm talking about 93 or later, right? Because isn't that when, that was when it became illegal nationwide.
Yes. So through the laws had changed in every state by 93. Only 17 states there was marital rape treated as the same as non-marital rape. In other states, they continued to be significant differences in the way marital rape and non-marital rape were treated, such as less severe penalties and excluding situations where no violence is used or shorter reporting periods. During the 1990s, many states differentiated between three categories of victims: unmarried persons who had full protection by sexual offenses laws, but married persons who were an abnormal marriage, example, separated, one spouse had filed for divorce, etc., who were often treated as an intermediate way, although many states treated them either as unmarried persons or as married cohabitating persons. Or the last one, married persons living together, spouses living together under ordinary circumstances. Many state laws were initially very restrictive, criminalizing only the, quote, worst forms of domestic sexual violence, like requiring violence to a higher level of threat, injury, etc., and often punishing the crime less severely. In 1990s beyond, women and other organizations have continued to lobby for the amendment of marital rape laws to ensure marital rape is regarded and treated like any other rape, though rape laws in the United States are not uniform. And the laws have changed numerous times, but differences remain in some states. South Carolina, for example, remains the only state where the force or violence used or threatened must be of a higher level. Force or violence must be of a high and aggravated nature for it to be considered fucking rape. In Tennessee, until 2005, when it was repealed, the law said that a person could be guilty of rape.
Messy.
He asked for the dates. I'm giving him. In 2013, Washington
stop.
removed theirs.
We get it. And Stephen, do you agree with Yatu Savas?
Regarding what? I don't even know what point he was trying to make. Just that it was never legal.
Yeah.
No, I joined like halfway through that, and it seemed like it was kind of.
I'm just saying. I'm trying to do a quick poll. Do any of the fucking men agree with that piece of shit? Sorry, I didn't mean to layer it that way. That very confused gentleman that couldn't understand what the fuck was going on.
Well, what was he saying?
That we were gaslighting him. That they were making the claim that it was legal to do it.
That it was legal to
for husbands to grape their wives.
Yes.
Okay, and that's why Mojo chimed in and asked if it's not illegal, or if it's not written to be illegal, is it legal to do such a thing?
No. Hold on, Stephen. There's certain places in what we're trying to. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt something, Mojo? I called you MAGA. I was reading the scroll. Stephen, so no, what we were talking about is women's rights throughout history. And so one of the points is that it was legal to grape your wife. Mojo brought up a court case. We brought up specifically federally when it was illegal. And before that, it was based on like an old English law that like marriage is a contract to have sexual contact. So even if your wife is not in the mood, or whatever, it was okay if you did that and you forced yourself upon her. So that was the argument that we were making, and I particularly think that's so fucked up. So we were, I guess I want your opinion on it. And Yatu Sabes, if you're still here, you can request up. Mojo, when you get back, he may be in request. We'll bring him back to have this heated debate.
Yeah, but
Stephen, go ahead. I want to hear your.
The point is that, like, I get it. You guys are heated. You have every fucking right to be, but he's gone, and nobody's making his argument. You know what I mean? Like, we think, personally, I think he's a fucking misguided, uneducated POS, but he's not here anymore. So we are literally beating an unalived horse.
Yeah, I don't think
we're talking
to Stephen to clarify the argument.
One point that might be controversial is something a point that I had made last time when you guys were talking about just
Mojo, check your request.
Men being more aggressive than women, and that causing issues still today, where women have to be worried about walking down the street, or what a man would do versus men don't have to worry about that. And we were talking about instances and cases and situations and things that could help that. And the way that I look at a lot of this stuff is, how far have we come? What still exists? Like, I was just researching the state loopholes that you were describing after 1993. How many cases are happening? This is the controversial part. In my brain, I think in all of our brains, we have room for 5 major issues that we advocate for, maybe more, but some list, shortened list that matters most to us. And for me, and probably a lot of people, it usually boils down to which things are the most egregious still today. And so that's why it's not a popular opinion, but when I look at something and it seems like it's pretty much snuffed out, and there's, the numbers are really low, then it's just not something that I'm.
You just shouldn't worry about the fact that there's still.
Well, what could you do though? That's the other thing. Like, if there's something I felt like I could do, Minnesota, right, was an example.
I don't know. I've never graped my husband. I don't know. Well, I can't give you any fucking advice on what we can do to stop marital rape, because I've never had to rape my fucking husband. So I can't give you any fucking tips. I'm so sorry. I don't know.
Obviously, individually, there's something we can do by not doing it. I get that.
And maybe calling the people out for doing it, and maybe advocating for like, hey, maybe we shouldn't force things on people.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's legal
so what
either.
else aside from individually making that choice and influencing your like sons and friends and neighbors to not do those things either? Aside from that, which is basically the Gillette commercial, what else are you saying needs to be done at this point to fix the problem? Because it seems like most of the loopholes have been closed.
We brought this up.
Let me answer that real quick. What we can do is make sure that all loopholes are closed. That's what we can do.
Which ones are still? Because I'm looking at the ones.
That's
that
what she was
open.
reading off. She was reading off to you the
and there was last month in February and March, there was a website that they were some fucking nasty ass men had put up that were teaching other men how to drug and sexually abuse their partners or strangers, and those websites got more fucking hits than Amazon, Costco, any other website. In those 2 fucking months, these people were going to get tips on how to abuse women and get away with it.
Yeah, but see, my thing is like, it's like saying that, if you make it illegal, people won't do. I mean, people still commit crimes all the time.
It was illegal, dude.
But that's
it wasn't considered grape because grape wasn't a legal term. It was under an assault, a domestic violence.
It was a legal term. It was a legal term for unmarried women.
What are you talking about? It was still, people were actually whipped in the 19th centuries for actually doing that to their wives. You know that, right?
Yatu Sabes, if you
this is a feminist talk.
Hold
what you're doing.
I'm so sorry. Yatu Sabes, I brought up several.
They were bogus because you gaslighted some conversation.
Hold the fuck on. I think Messi got a violation. That's unfortunate. She'll be back in 10 minutes. Yatu Sabes. So, I brought up a bunch of cases here. Mojo did too. We showed you the evidence. If you're going to say anything contradictory, it is now on you to bring proof.
My proof is that, what I'm saying is true because I'm telling you grape wasn't under legal terms. Grape was under assault, domestic violence, and that's how they got accused of that. They didn't get accused of grape.
That's the problem. Wait.
I have brought evidence saying otherwise, so prove it.
That's a problem. It's a problem that it wasn't categorized as something different. That's a problem.
Because they categorized it the same,
wait,
dude.
stop.
That makes no sense.
Stop. Because today, if I throw a soda in your face, I have physically assaulted you. And what you're saying right now means that a man raping his wife is the same thing as me throwing a soda in your face.
No.
That's what you're saying.
Do you know there's different type of there's different type of batteries, right? There's aggravated battery.
I understand. It's still assault to throw it. Wait, how do you not understand what I just said?
Yeah.
How did you mistake? What did you mistake about what I just said? Why is it stupid?
Your example is stupid,
Why?
Host.
Why?
Because it's stupid.
Why?
No.
Stop. Yes.
You should know why it's stupid.
I'm sorry.
Because there's different levels of assault.
It's okay.
There's different levels of assault, my man.
I just have the definition up, but it's okay. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know why you guys are ignoring the fact that rape was considered something illegal because it was under assault. So I don't understand. Why are you guys moving away from this?
Why the fuck are you defending this, you dumbass? Why the fuck are you taking this?
And one thing, I'm sorry.
Go find a real life, you moron. When you talk about another man online, it's because you're a pussy.
Yatu Sabes, you're going to catch a ban, dude. Don't do that.
Good.
So let's
fucking
just have
trigger.
Yeah, it's this guy's infatuated with me.
So what I'm telling you, what we've been referencing is yes, I'm using AI right now. And I said, does assault have anything to do with grape? And it says, yes.
Back then legally, it did.
Hold on 1 second. Let me finish. It says, yes, legally, grape is categorized as a form of assault. The exact wording varies by jurisdiction, but sexual assault usually covers non-consensual, consensual sexual penetration, coercion, force, or threats. These all fall under the category of assault.
Okay.
So what is your argument?
My argument, where did you read this and how,
When was that put into rule? I don't get it. Like assaults. They didn't consider grape
in 1993.
Okay,
it was legal to assault your wife under your rule. What I'm saying,
it wasn't
legal.
It wasn't.
Yes, well, I think you need. I think you're.
It wasn't. You guys.
No,
you guys are misinterpreting this at all. Because honestly, you guys are saying that grape wasn't penalized before, and it was.
Listen, I brought several, and I will show my fucking camera right now, and I will tell you.
You're stating that grape did not have any repercussions before.
Could you please put into whatever you have search engine in front of you and ask it if grape was legal amongst marriage?
Who said? 1992. Oh my God! It wasn't legal because grape wasn't a legal term. Why are you mentioning grape? Grape wasn't a legal term back then. It was under assault.
She said She said under your definition of assault. That's what she said.
No, it's not my definition. It's under the legal terms definition what assault was before.
This is like arguing with an idiot. And like
I said this from the fucking beginning, and now he's back on the panel, and we took the fucking bait again.
Vice versa. Because you guys saying that it wasn't penalized. It wasn't. It didn't have any repercussions, and it did.
Yeah, Tusaves, hear me out for a second.
People used to get whipped in the 19th century because of this.
Hold on, Tusaves. Rising has not spoken, and he's trying to talk to you. So go ahead, Rising. Sorry.
I think there's a little confusion. What you're not understanding that they're saying is that when you were in a marriage, you didn't have that ability to claim that as assault.
Because it wasn't allowed. Yes, you did under assault.
It was allowed for the men, the husbands, to do that. It was part of the marriage contract. That's what you're not understanding. That's the part you're not understanding.
I'm not understanding that. It was still considered something that was wrong.
You know,
it wasn't brought legal terms. It wasn't legal to do that.
You can respect my opinion because I'm a conservative man. So
I don't care
I know
if you're
that you have a problem with liberals and liberal women based on your attitude towards them and how you're not listening to them.
Let him speak. Rising
based on how you're not listening to what they're saying and you don't take it as credible, but what they're saying is accurate. In the marriage contract back then, you didn't have that right. That's why they had to make a law. The reason they had to make a law was because it needed a law to allow.
But it wasn't considered a legal term to do so. That is my defense. They're saying it was legal to do it.
It was.
Right. Do you think it was appropriate for men to do that back then?
I don't think it's appropriate any time, then or now or whenever.
Okay. That was my question for you because it sounded like you were justifying.
No. My argument is that they're saying it was legal, that it was looked upon like it's a normal thing, and she's wrong.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
You could not prosecute it, and Mojo brought up the case.
Oh my God!
In the court, where yes, they found them not
guilty, research.
Even though it was. Do my research. Though it was an aggression upon a woman, it was under marital law. At that
no,
time,
it wasn't.
It was okay.
No, it wasn't.
I'm so sorry. I'm not going to get anywhere with you.
It's like saying it's like saying there's a law,
history, but you can do it for yourself. And listen, I'm fucking done doing it.
There wasn't any legal terms to say that you could actually grape your wife.
CS, has he made any new points?
None whatsoever.
Exactly. We are going circular because, again, I said this 20 minutes ago. You are explaining the rules of chess, and he can barely comprehend checkers. Why the fuck are we entertaining this?
Shut up, my guy. You don't even know what you're talking about. You guys
can't. No. Hold on one second, Steven. I'm so sorry.
You guys can't prove to me in legal terms it was.
No, I'm sorry. You can't say shut up to anyone on this panel. We don't do that to each other. We have normal conversation. Sorry, Steven. You were trying to speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you're still here, Bedwensa. That's what you are. You're Bedwensa.
So
I don't know what that means,
about this is related to what I was saying earlier, which is that and I always get a lot of flack for this because I think there's a lot of people that don't really have the ability to understand that there's a certain amount of bad things that will happen from a lot of different angles. And we should have laws that close as many loopholes as possible. We should not make it easier for people to do bad things. I 100% agree with that. And if there's still loopholes, they need to be closed. But the reality is that there's unfortunately going to be bad people that do bad things.
Nobody's arguing against this. You were making a point that nobody said.
But so right now, what I'm trying to figure out is like how many cases over the last however many years have happened to make this such an important issue for it to be the reason that you're talking about it right now. Because you could also
we were talking about it. Wait,
side.
hold on. I'm sorry that you weren't in here when the conversation started, but the conversation was about patriarchy.
Got it.
And this was an extension of the patriarchy conversation because patriarchy exists. Men were able to control women in specific ways. That's how this conversation came up.
I have a question because I think that any man who's found to be guilty of grape or sexual schmexual assault, however we TikTok friendly language here, should receive very harsh punishments. But in light of how many cases that have happened, even if you just look over the last 5 to 10 years, where it's been proven by video evidence and other means that some women have straight out fabricated to ruin men's lives with false allegations. Do you hold on?
Oh my God! Do y'all know what I could actually do to a man to ruin his life if I fucking wanted to? It would not be saying that someone raped me because of it. I promise you, I can do better than that.
Here's my question. Here's where I was going with this. Just like I was saying, I think men should receive very harsh punishments if they're found guilty of it. You think that women who falsely allege and are proven to falsely allege should receive equally terrible sentences? Otherwise, they get incentivized to continue doing it if they just get a slap on the wrist.
Equally? Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Imagine if there wasn't a camera in some of these cases that caught this person.
Imagine if we couldn't prove it.
Imagine
if we couldn't prove it. What
Hey.
would happen to someone?
It can't be equal penalty. You can't make it an equal penalty because one is a case of fraud or where you're trying to extort somebody or extortion or something like that. The other is a case of violence. They can't be equal punishments.
And I want to bring this up.
But if the camera wasn't there, he would go to jail for the violence.
They still can't they can't be treated equally because one is violence and one is not.
And I want to bring this up because I think it's important that we look at the facts. So false rape reports amongst men and women are 2 to 10% reports made to police. One of the most commonly cited academic reviews found about 5 to 6 met criteria for being demonstrably false. So
yeah. Oh, I know it's a small percentage, but that's
it's a small percentage. So you have to believe women. Listen, there was a.
I'm not saying don't believe women. I'm saying if you find that they. Yep.
No, I'm not even going to say it. It's too personal, but go ahead.
Peg just made a great point. A woman filmed her assault and was prosecuted for illegally filming her assault.
Well, we can all find weird outside.
Those are the loopholes that we're fucking talking about that are being upheld by the fucking patriarchy.
Just made that case.
We can find 5 to 6% of weird cases.
Just made
that is absolutely the academic review. Do you want sources?
But you just made. So here's what I find to be interesting. You want to emphasize the small rates of things happening, or one example that you can think of and emphasize.
And false allegations are very, very small. False allegations are very, very small. They're under 10%. In fact, in actuality, they're closer to 5%. So you're harping on the very, very small thing, but we can't do that, right?
I didn't harp. I ended with a question of, in those small amount of cases, I'm not trying to blow them up and say it happens all the time, but I'm saying in those small amount of cases where they're actually found with hard evidence to have fabricated, which would have ruined that person's lives, how bad should they be punished for that?
Oh, I'm so sorry. So we're supposed to take 5% of the population that there is something that has harmed them? Sure. But we're going to take 95% of the cases of women who have to report something and then bring into Stephen's point of view that, hey, maybe we won't be believed because, oh my God, it's going to harm the 5 to 6%. This is why rape is under reported. This is why women don't want to come forward. This is exactly it.
Remember that case that happened in Salt Lake City with the little girl?
Why would they not come forwed?
No. They did. Did you remember that case with the little girl who was like literally raped from, I think it's like age 8 till like 14, and she did it, and she went in front of a judge and her whole family, and she was crying. She goes, "Please, I have ruined my family's life. I have ruined my life." And they had evidence, and the guy admitted to it, and nothing happened to the guy. He was let go.
And then you have literally people, and you literally have senators who say, if I'm on the jury, and that woman was wearing something provocative and she gets raped, I'm not going to be siding with her. That man's going to walk free. So you're talking about these, you're harping on the instances when these false allegations, most of the time these allegations aren't false. Do you know how many grape kits are
you guys
still
are
untested?
pulling something different than what I said. You're turning it into something different.
You're going to turn me to Kristen from Lagoon Beach.
Peg. You got to land it and then let Steven respond.
You got to at least steel man my argument.
So here's the other question. Do you know how many grape kits and evidence goes untested or we don't even interview rapists anymore. Or if we do, it's for 10 minutes. And yet we literally harp on the person who literally got raped for 4 hours. Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's just?
I wasn't talking about that, but.
You are. Broadly, you are.
Hold on, let him answer. Let him answer.
I think what happened is I made a very specific point with a very specific question. Because again, I started the whole thing by saying I think laws should be tightened as much as possible to eliminate anything that's causing harm to people. And if it's an unfair thing, there's certain states that have loopholes. I agree they need to all be closed. I'm not making that argument. I'm saying, though, sometimes I try to check for consistency, and sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And it seems like it might be the case here where you want you want your cake and eat it too here. You want to emphasize a single story or small numbers on one hand in one case, but then minimize it on the other side as if that's not even a problem at all for those 5% or 3 to 5% of men that are falsely accused.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Yeah.
Anyone have anything to add before I go in on this?
If anything, I'm consistent on both. I think both of them should be.
I need you to not monologue.
Okay. So here's my question to you, right? I'm trying to think of something that I can equate to this. Yeah, I agree. Consistency is important. And I think equal justice for everything. But the problem is, right, how often do rapists actually face justice for their crimes?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the statistics.
Very seldom, if not at all, right? So you're talking about something that you want to maximize supreme justice against those who are making false allegations, while rapists in general don't ever meet the consequences of their crime.
Well, don't ever. That seems a little.
It's very seldom.
We're talking right?
3% of rapists actually get convicted and face and actually have to serve their entire sentence, if they even get sentenced at all.
Where are you pulling that from? 3%.
You can RAINN is a perfect example. You can look at RAINN. You can look at different parts of the CDC. This is all mentioned. It's all very out there in the open, completely. It's not hidden from your view. So
I think one of the issues. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to say, I think one of the main issues, and tell me if you disagree or if there's other issues that we could actually do something about, is that a lot of times in these cases it becomes like a he said versus she said type of situation, which is horrible, that a woman would have to have, some sort of photographic, audio, video, or a witness or something in order to win her case. But that is the crappy thing about this, is that these things happen in private, away from other people, not being recorded. And then it's a he said, she said, and they have to look at okay, let's look at the physical evidence of do an examination on her and whatever else. I wonder what percentage of it is from that, and how you solve for that.
Right, but here's the other problem. You still haven't acknowledged that a majority of grape kits never ever get tested. And then when they do interviews, they interview maybe the gentleman for a fraction of the time that they interview the lady who was harmed.
That is, I will say, absolutely true. That latter part of it. The first part, it's 20 to 40% of grape kits that don't get tested. That's unfortunate. That's a huge number.
Why do they not test it? I don't understand.
I don't either.
Yeah, because it's I think it's a cost administrative thing.
We hate women in the United States. It's that simple.
No, hold on, Peg. So I think, that's an issue. And I think it's monetary. I don't know. Other than that, I think what happens, and there's a documentary that I brought up the other day, and I'll bring up the documentary name again. There was a journalist who went through a bunch of different cases and high profile cases of like women who had accused their rapists and then were put into jail for false accusations, and then later found out that they were not making false accusations. And a lot of the men in that situation were interviewed for 15 minutes, and the women were interviewed for hours upon hours, like
over and over and over and over and over and again. And if she says and instead of or, automatically uncredible witness. Case closed.
Yep. And one of them, hold on, I'm sorry. One of them actually unalived themselves because when she made the accusation against her rapist, again, he was really rich in that town, and she was interviewed. I think it was for like 4 to 5 hours. He was interviewed for 5 minutes, and his family had like a lot of political pull, and she had to leave her school that she was in, so it was college, and then she went home, and she was never believed. She was ousted from her community, and she unalived herself. So I think that's terrible.
The one thing I'd be for, because I mean, again, I always try to think like what can be done about stuff, and like in this case, like I wouldn't be opposed to. Like women have to be like women police officers have to be the ones involved in these cases, because I mean obviously there's going to be a certain percentage of men, even if they're not completely against women, they have a skewed view of like life based on their own experience, and they may side with men more so than they should in these types of cases. So I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to something like that. Just like they have, you know, women police officers come and pat down or search for contraband or whatever with women suspects.
Right, but that doesn't cure the fact that lots of times women are put into positions of leadership or into positions of power where we can emphasize these types of, or we can prosecute these types of crimes properly. Right? You still probably will have a male judge. You still probably will have male men in your life who are like, well, what did you do to provoke it? What were you wearing? I remember during my assault, it was very much, what were you wearing? Why were you out this late? What? And then I was working. I was literally working. And so I can't, I know it's hard for you. I mean, I feel like you're trying, honestly, I feel like you're being a little bit obtuse. That's just my personal opinion. And if you're not, I apologize. But men like to pretend that like rape isn't happening to women in mass. Like even though we're not like quote unquote a third world country, our rates of rape in this sexual assault in this country aren't on the same par as a third world country. And the fact that men like to pretend it's not is absolutely mind-boggling. And it tells me very clearly men don't believe women. We don't matter as much in society to y'all. And it's exhausting.
You know, and I get it, and that's, you know, I'll mute up if you know, because I don't mean to come off that way. It's not just on this issue; it's on most issues where if I hear people say things are bad, my brain immediately goes to like, okay, what's still broken? How can it be actually fixed in a way that we can have control over? Because at some point, if you sort of feel like you've done as much as you can, I mean, there's always some things you can do, but yeah, it's like, you know.
Why do you feel like we've done as much as we can when literally 60% of rape kits go untested? Why do you think we've done as much as we can if this still happens en masse? Like Messi brought up the 70,000 rape academies, and that wasn't just in Germany. That was here in the United States. Like each state and each region has their own emphasis on how to rape women legally or get away with it. France had theirs. Like, we haven't done anything to help or uplift women from sexual assault because we blame this as a woman's thing when it's actually usually it's a violence perpetuated by men. We put all the emphasis on the woman and not on how we should prosecute
and treat
the man.
Yeah, and I don't like to bounce off, so I apologize, Stephen, because I think it's your turn to answer, but I will say for myself, like, as a woman, like, who's been put in those positions, it's weird, right? Like, you go through so many things questioning yourself. You're like, did that really happen? Like, was I a part of it? Like, what part did I play? And then you start to second guess what actually happened. And then when somebody else is like, hey, like, this something really bad happened to you.
Yeah,
It feels validating. I'm sorry, I paused, and I know that was a chance for you to answer, but and so I just want to continue for 1 second. It feels validating, I think, when people do believe you, and when it's second guessed, it's like, dude, I have already been second guessing myself. So please, help me out here, and let's unpack this, and sure, we can challenge what the events were, but believe me when I say, here are the facts, and it's really hard. It's really difficult. It's happened to me twice in my life where I've been second guessed, and I'm like, that sucks, man. That fucking sucks. Take my word for it. I felt uncomfortable, and this is not okay. And it's been to a degree that it crossed the line. So I'm not going to go into it further, but
CS, can I make a point to that?
Real quick,
yeah, you want me to make a point to that? You want me to make a fucking point to that?
No, with all respect, what I was going to say is adding to what you said, which is what most people don't realize. The majority of trauma that happens to women is not necessarily just the act. It's when they don't feel like they have someone to confide in, or there isn't someone to help them. Right? In psychology, that's the majority of the trauma that these women struggle with so much. It's not just the act, that's bad enough, but when they feel like they don't have anyone they talk to and nothing happens.
And furthermore, can I state this as a person who has a background and works in the psych field too as well? We see on par with women who've experienced assault, the majority of it at the hands of a man. It's the same levels of PTSD that men come back from war from. What we see when men come back from war, we see on it's actually numbered to be close to the 70% range of how women experience life in a society. That level of PTSD that women experience. And if women, you don't believe me, how many times do you go outside and you have to look over your shoulder, or you're afraid because you had a man follow you home or try to smug you and all these things? That's a level of PTSD that, again, men experience when they come back from war. And we see that a lot with women who've experienced assault. And ask your women around you, how many have you ever been sexually assaulted by a man? And the majority of the women I know, including myself, have. So you like to diminish this. You like to diminish this as not really big issue. I mean, if you had to pick the top 5, this isn't really on the agenda, but it is. And the other part of it that I'll end on, I'll land my plane here with, is that when women come out and state that this happens to them, it usually ruins our lives over the man. I got rebased, not that man. He still works for the company. They believe me, quote unquote, but in order to not cause issues, I got moved, not them. I had to uproot my life. It's whatever. It honestly was better in the end, anyways. I had to uproot my life because, they believe me, but there just wasn't enough evidence. So while they look into it, it would just be better. We're going to take care of you, and we're going to put you someplace else. I had to start all over.
Doing it for your own good,
this happens a lot to women.
They were doing it for your own good.
Right. They were worried about my safety, and they didn't want to make me feel uncomfortable. Right.
But they removed you from the situation, and the situation got to continue situating.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, my work-life balance would be better here anyways. It would be it's a little less, I don't have to work as much. I'll have a lighter load here in a different city, it'll be better. Yeah. The sunshine will do me good.
Be comfy.
Okay.
I'm sorry that happened to you, and I can disclose that I actually was a victim of a man and a woman when I was a kid. I'm sorry, this is not
Trauma Olympics. I don't want to hear this.
Mojo. No, but the thing is, whenever anybody comes on, you could have someone like the idiot that joined earlier that was arguing semantics about whether it was legal or not and going back and forth. And then you could have someone that's just wanting to focus on, that's literally I said that I'm against it. Harsh crimes and penalties should happen against, harsh penalties should happen against anybody that's proven guilty for things like this. I said that, but then when I question certain things, or I say, hey, I want to focus on things we can actually do to change stuff. I agree, the rape kit thing, I didn't know that. I think more funding needs to go to that. I agree on that stuff, but it's hilarious because there's so many people in here that's like, oh, well, he questioned one thing. That means he's he doesn't care about his daughter and he doesn't care about this and that. It's honestly hilarious.
No, and I think it's good to want to question. I think it's good to not have false.
Hold on one second, Peg. None of this conversation is hilarious. Whether you believe
sarcasm,
it or not,
yes.
Yeah, well, it didn't land. But whether you believe it's hilarious or not hilarious, like I think you just have to believe the person that's telling you their story. Because when you don't, like, it compounds the trauma that's happening. And yeah, we're doing like trauma Olympics, and so I want to move away from that too. Like, I'm good, Mojo, whatever you want to do, but this is fucking...
Daniel's been trying to talk for like 45 minutes with his hand up all patiently like.
Oh, go ahead.
You want to say something, Daniel?
Oh, Daniel.
I just wanted to offer some perspective, because I think that's what the piece of this puzzle that's missing is that the reason why a lot of these cases are, the lapse of time and they don't report them right away is because, like Peg said, they really have to, break down their own existential crisis in all this. And once you do the whole go through the charges route, that's it. You can't undo that. And you have to live with that moving forward your entire life. So it's like marking yourself, internally, socially, doesn't matter. It's your mark to bear now. And that's why, like, for the numbers of false reporting is so low, because I feel that for someone to be able to justify doing that to themselves and walking their life, the rest of their lives with this mark, if it's a fraudulent case, you really have to be a sociopath to do that. So that's why it's more prudent just to test all the kids, take every case as important as every other case, because the numbers outweigh themselves. It's more likely that it actually happened than it's not. The likelihood of not happening is so low that you don't even have you can't afford the risk of not moving forward with it actually being real. So you must take every case as an absolute reality. That's where I land my plane.
Yeah,
I don't argue that.
Yeah, and you absolutely do. And listen, I don't know how many people on the panel have had to go in front, and this is way much of an overshare, and Mojo, like, just
I'm about to drop the panel.
Well, Tulsi Gabbard was she just resigned, so I mean, we could talk about that.
Wow, really? Why?
All right, I'm just gonna say you have never had to have your father fucking rescue you from someone who is trying to kill you, and then bring you to court and have to tell your story in front of your father. That was so embarrassing of how much you put into, like how much you put up with, and how much your life was threatened, and how much you are going to be unalived as a result if you stayed for one more fucking second. And the only reason that you got out was because you called and you got to that courthouse. And listen, there's not many people that have gone through that. And if you don't believe a woman for 1 second, even if it's 5% that have lied about it, like, you don't know what it feels like on the other side. So, like, this is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. And I'm trauma dumping, and I understand that. But, like, damn, I'm fucking triggered, and I should probably just go.
I'm just going to say this. I think, like, being a good man and saying you never do it is not enough. I think you have to create an environment with the male community that, like, if you find out your friends do something, there's repercussions, right? It's good men have to start standing up and doing something more than just that.
It starts at home. It starts at home. We created an environment here, everywhere, where we have an open door policy, talk about anything. There's no subject too taboo. And if there's any incidences like this, like, my daughters are the first ones to be able to speak up and be like, you know what, that feels like that was assault. So I'm going to tell my dad about it. And I'm so thankful that we cultivated an environment like this. But it starts at home, and the examples start at home, especially with my boys, the way that I I show them how to treat women as opposed to just telling them or, guiding by example and all that. And they go out in the world, and I encourage them to have the courage to call out other men as well. So it is the fucking Gillette commercial. It's just simple. It's little by little. And when you can't let it go. If you see it happening, I'm sorry. Like, you have to speak up. Even if it's just to say, that's weird, and just, like, make it known that someone's uncomfortable in the room, you just have to say something. You can't ever let it go.
And you want to know what one of the most frustrating parts about, like, being in, like, that type of abusive relationship that's, like, really hardcore is, like, the amount of people that ignore it. The amount of people that, like, like, you see it in public, like, that's happening, and, like, you're actively being abused, and it's so transparent, and that the people that just walk by. So
I don't walk by.
I agree with you, Jenny.
I don't walk by either. I always say something.
I know women do.
And I appreciate that, like, I appreciate you guys saying, like, we need to teach our sons. I appreciate all that. I think that's amazing. Keep it up. But, like, why can't we just treat people like people? Like, I shouldn't be treated differently based on what my gender is. Like, why can we not just show respect, equal respect to everyone? It is not hard. It is not difficult. Respect is easy. Men understand it. They just don't understand it based on gender.
So how do you get that message out more than it already is? Because I feel like there's been a huge push for that. So how do you get it? I mean, even the Gillette commercial, I feel like as a society, people have progressed a lot more than they have in the past. There are more men and father figures that I think that are trying to teach the right thing to their kids and all that. So at this point, what do you do to progress it even more?
I think, like, stopping and saying, like, women are this, women are that. Like, we're people, bro. It's so many times where I interact with men and they're like, you know what? After having daughters, I really get it now. I get it now. And it's like Eliza Scherschlinger said, women, people too. That's what it is. And it's just like, it shouldn't. And it's funny how women who have sons, sometimes they're the worst because they want to endorse the patriarchy even more because they want their sons to be protected. I mean, I understand the nuance, but I don't have to agree with it, right? So how you move in society is respect and fairness. And women do not get respect, nor do we get fairness. So pushing for that, it's that simple.
And my hat's off to Daniel because he creates a loving and safe space for a woman to come to him when she's in trouble. Being overly dominant or overly, like, masculine, your daughter might not come to you because she's scared of what you will do. That's not good either.
Yeah, Daniel's totally fuckable.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And there goes the pool.
Jesus Christ. Oh, good Lord. Mojo.
I'm just giving him a chance to go find a space.
Amazing. I like not Dan too. I like the fact that you never back down, you never capitulate to a lot of the craziness. I appreciate that, Dan. I will say that. I've seen your hard panels and you do so well.
Yeah, and I think I know it's not the same, but Jeremy is his name, and Jeremy is what we refer to him as, and Jeremy is fucking absolute, like, the honest truth, because I've seen him on other panels, and we've had discussion, and, like, he disagrees with me, I think, politically, but, like, honestly, morally, I think the same foundation is there.
Yeah, that's why I love this live so much. Mojo does a great job opening up dialogue and, giving voices. It's always respectful. It's always educational. It's great to listen and hear from you guys.
And you gotta ask them. I don't give kudos to Jack anybody, especially a man. So hats off.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're talking about Tulsi Gabbard being, why are all the Trump ladies disappearing? Notice it's none of the men. It's only the women that are disappearing from his cabinet.
Well,
he regularly rotates his cabinet, right? So
no, he does. No, and that's not normal for a presidency. But did Kash Patel get rotated too, or am I making that up in my head? Was that what
Joe Kent resigned, citing significant, serious issues with the current conflict in Iran. You're talking about one of the most decorated war veterans we have, and his wife was got about as high up as decorated as a female in conflict, unfortunately.
Bro, her convictions were as strong as, like, I don't know, a Twizzler, dude. Let's be real, dude. Her convictions were not really that strong, dude.
I don't know who you're talking about. However, Tulsi resigned because not supposedly. Her husband has recently been diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer.
Interesting. Not because they've been trying to get rid of her for the last, 2 years.
No, I think that actually might be the actual reason, to be honest. That's a very strange coincidence, if it's true.
Very strange coincidence.
Yeah, I know, but this is one that's believable, dude. I mean, like, come on.
And that's unfortunate, and we should all believe that on its face. Let's just go with that.
No.
I'm not being facetious. I'm being honest.
No, I think you are too. I think that it's a reasonable expectation that, and obviously, some of these things happen, and I don't know.
Didn't the CIA also storm her office and seize a bunch of documents that she was planning to go through and release?
No, dude, you're talking about conspiracy theories. We're not doing that.
Not at all. Isn't it a fact that they stormed her office and seized a bunch of documents?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Was it the act of the DOJ under Biden who was targeting Americans who were defending their country? Was it that? I don't know.
Why is it always what about Biden with you guys? Why can't you never just answer questions about your own administration?
Well, I can answer questions about it, but I'm saying certain administrations are, they're responsible for things that they do longer than their term of presidency, right? And what I'm saying is, he could have been responsible for, targeting Americans, and that just might have been one of them. That's it.
You mean the grapey Americans that we have in our political system? That part?
No, he had a hate boner for Republicans, I think. Let me not even say Republicans. Let me say he had a hate boner for Americans willing to do whatever it takes to support our and do what's needed to be done to ensure that our American country is survives. Let's put it that way.
So you don't think that?
But you weren't here yesterday. Yeah, but I wasn't talking about no motherfucking old Mick, nigga.